survive no matter what, no matter how the world shifts, no matter how modern we get, certain things just refuse to disappear. And tonight, we're talking about one of those things, a movement that raised us, disciplined us, and still shows up in our bodies even when we pretend we don't dance. Yeah, we're going to go there. But first, let's start the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, Massive and crew all across the world, introducing Angie Goodaz, the hostess with the mustache, big and serious podcast creator, yeah, creator and producer, big energy, big heart, big true, when it's selector. Good evening, my people. This one is a special dedication to a woman with grace, vision and soul. Angie Goodaz. When Angie speak, the whole room listens. Heart so pure, yeah, the truth she giving, big and serious, loving every session. Healing words, real conversation. Lovers rock, sweet vibration. Podcast flow, pure elevation. From the mic to your heart, no hesitation. Angie Goodaz bring love to the nation. Big and serious, where love gets serious, where truth feel glorious. So turn it up, lean back, feel the emotion. This one you're certified devotion. Angie Goodaz, keep the love in motion. Big and serious, both us, straight from the heart, straight from the heart, straight from the heart, straight from the heart. Oh,
Yes, yes, yes. Welcome back to the Big and Serious podcast. You know what? You got to bear with me for 1 second. My guest doesn't have the link to the show. I got to try this again. Of course, we get to start out this way. Why not? Oh my. All right. So sorry, peoples. Your girl's not good at multitasking. I can't do it. Um, let's try reply all. And I'm so sorry, people. This is so. I just got the message. So let's try this again. All right. Hopefully he gets it. I'm gonna minimize this. All right. Oh, hold on. Minimize. There we go. Welcome back to the Big and Serious podcast. Music, conversation, and a little trouble every time. I'm your hostess with the mostest, Angie Goodaz. And tonight we're diving into something that sits deep in our culture. Something we grew up doing without even thinking about it. Something that connects generations, whether you're yard or abroad. We're talking Hill and Gully. And you know, it's timely because of all the Hill and Gully stuff going on right now. And I'm talking about the real version, okay? I'm not talking about the TikTok version. I'm talking about the rooted version, the version your auntie would correct you on if you did it wrong. You know that one? Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're breaking it down. We're breaking down where it comes from, who kept it alive, and why it still matters today. And later, we're sitting down with an artist who understands culture in his bones, Akustix. We're talking about his journey, his break from music, his return, and the song that held the top spot on Reggae North Music Radio for weeks. So, settle in. We're going to do it big. We're going to do it serious. And yes, we're causing a little trouble. But you know what? Before we do any of that, I'm going to run a tune because I got to figure out what is going on with my guest. So here, I'm going to run a tune that, you know, it sits in my brain sometimes. Actually, you know what? I'm going to run a tune from an artist that we had last week, Planky Don. This one's for you. This one is called Oh, wait. What's the name of it? I can't see the name. Oh my goodness. I can't see the name of it. But here's a Planky Don track. We'll be right back.
Yeah, musical thing called those guns.
Oh, wait. What's going on here? Oh, what just happened? Let's try this again. Don't tell me I have to restart. I think I have to restart the show. Oh, man. What's going on here? OMG. People, it always happens when you start the show, you know? There we go. Woo! That was close, people. That was close. I was worried for a minute there. Let's go. I smile. Yeah, man, still a smile. Smile by Planky Don. I'll be back soon.
Obstacles in me way, struggles I face. I smile, you don't know me feel inside. Smile through the pain when things ain't going right. Can't let them see my weakness, can't let them see me cry. Save me pride. The pain I have to hide. Man, take on the streets, no stop sign can't stop me. Back in it for who and pop me. Real life badness, no do the acting. Tell you them back things change if you ask me. Say them active, moving like donkeys. Watch who you keep close, watch who you hang with. Them energy is toxic, they smile like plastic. Your one friend was see in a casket, betrayal. From so-called friends we feel the pain. Nah shade, nah bend, darkness in the mankind. Can't stop me music, nah oxygen, no argument. Me take the lead, no accident. Champion in the tournament. Me name them can't forget, foundation set. No architect, smile. That a thing I go on in my life, me don't know if it start from. Can't find food, guess I miss some me organs. Stress-free life, believe me want something me a face. Me sure in a normal because obstacles in me way, struggles I face. I smile, you don't know me feel inside. Smile through the pain when things ain't going right. Can't let them see my weakness, can't let them see me cry. Save me pride. The pain I have to hide. Man, take on the streets, no stop sign can't stop me. Back in it for who and pop me. Real life badness, no do the acting. Tell you them bad things change if you ask me. Say them active, moving like donkeys. Watch who you keep close, watch who you hang with. Them energy is toxic, they smile like plastic. Your one friend was here in a casket, betrayal. From so-called friends we feel the pain. Nah shade, nah bend, darkness in the mankind. Can't stop me music, nah oxygen, no argument. Me take the lead, no accident. Champion in the tournament. Me name them can't forget, foundation set. No architect, I smile. You don't know me feel inside. Smile through the pain when things ain't going right. Can't let them see my weakness, can't let them see me cry. Save me pride. Let me tell you about me, better life, me a breeze. Set it for me friends and family. Work hard, cause nothing no free. You see the pre-long life prosperity. Happy for them, but they're not happy for me. I smile, you don't know me feel inside. Smile through the pain when things ain't going right. Can't let them see my weakness, can't let them see me cry. Save me pride. The pain I have to hide. Betrayal. From so-called friends we feel the pain. Nah shade, nah bend darkness in a mankind. Can't stop me music, nah oxygen, no argument. Me take the lead, no accident. Champion in the tournament. Me name them can't forget. Foundation set, no architect. Smile.
Yes, people. So that's
You
Smile
know
by
me
Planky
feel
Dan.
inside.
Big up yourself on the outside, Planky. I don't know. He was on the show last week. I see my guest in the studio. Let me see if I can see his volume bar. That's when I know everything is Chris. Yes, we're good. Give me a thumbs up if you're good. All right. You know, sir, we were having a little, I was a little nervous for a minute there. I thought we were gonna have another issue because last week his internet or before his internet did us away. But what I'm gonna do is, people, I'm gonna switch it up a little bit because I don't want to have my guest waiting too long. So since he's here, I'll talk to him first, and then we'll get into the serious thing, and then we'll get into the big feature. And we have to close out with my favorite segment, which is the vinyl ritual, where we let the music talk. Yeah, man, the music I go talk for we. And you know what? I forget a little on that. Yeah, yeah. And let me say big up to everyone who has been so patient with the Goodaz and with Big and Serious podcast over the weeks. I would say it was a good month and a half. Yeah. Where the volume was not voluming properly on the vinyl ritual, people were loud and were ready. The bass speaker them heavy, the big box them out. There was string up in the lawn, you see me, and we're ready. We're play with two Frankie Paul, and yeah, the system is systeming. It sound really nice. So, and I'm so excited because you know what? We're talking to an artist who carries culture in his voice, whether he tries to or not. A man who sings with intention, who understands the weight of where he comes from, and who has been dodging us for weeks because his internet clearly has personal issues. I have to throw that in there. Yes, we're talking to Akustix. And listen, I'm giving him one more chance, all right? So if the Wi-Fi drop out tonight, I'm calling his provider myself. And I'll go say, yo, people, awa. But assuming the connection behaves, we're getting into the real conversation. We're going to talk about the music, the craft, the upbringing, the traditions that shaped him, and the way he moves through this thing called reggae with both heart and sense. So settle in. We're stepping into the big conversation, and trust me, this one is going deep. So I'm going to bring him on camera. Let's do it. Akustix.
Greetings. Angie Goodaz, you hearing me out there?
Oh my gosh, you sound so live and direct and ready.
All
I
right.
like it. What you said was string up in the
We'll
lawn for
string up
real.
another line. Where's some man? String up another line this time, man. Yep.
I love it. I love it. You
Yeah.
know, when we talk about music, you have such a vast history and you have a lineage that is amazing. And I really want to explore all of that tonight. So
Nice.
let's start with the beginning, the very, very beginning. So before you picked up a microphone, all of that. When you think about your childhood, what parts of your upbringing shaped the artist that you became?
Well, what shaped the artist that I became, hands down, has to be mostly my dad, right? Um, and then to follow up would be my brother and family members. But everything starts with dad. What I'm saying? Like, he was a professional guitarist, right?
Really?
Yeah, professional, in the 50s, I would say, right? There was orchestra in Jamaica. I think they're a little bit before Byron Lee and the Dragonaires, if I got my history correctly. Granville Williams Orchestra, right?
Wow.
They're the founders of probably the earlier, ska in Jamaica, revolving to reggae. Granville
Wow.
Williams Orchestra. A lot of like the Dean Frasers and a lot of historians, they know that band, and he
Say
traveled
the name one more
along
time.
with. Yeah, my father was a guitarist, and he traveled in those days. They used to travel all around all the parishes in Jamaica, right? As a guitarist, right? So when he got a chance to Ernest Ranglin. I hope that name rings a bell, but that's a big guitarist in Jamaica, right?
Big guitar.
Him and my father, they played alike, and they were earnesting their craft at the same time, like in the 50s or so, right? So Ernest went to England, I believe it was, and my dad went to Canada, right?
Mm.
So yeah, so the opportunities weren't as humongous as how it would be if he had traveled to England and stuff like that. So he kind of put it down, got into the 9 to 5, the system. So he that kind of downplayed his career as being maybe one of the top guitarists, reggae guitarists in the world. So
Wow.
yeah, so
So
he's the one who kept on playing music. I think you grew up the same way. Traditionally in the early 80s, our parents would have our basement. They would entertain people, folks, the Jamaica style. Same thing.
yeah,
Um, the founder for hip hop, I believe, DJ Erk,
uh, Cool Herc,
he went to
yes.
He went to New York, did the same thing, and
Hmm.
there evolved hip hop. So it's always the same thing back in the 50s in Canada and stuff like that. So
Hmm.
so you're there as a little youth growing up, and music just in your face from all directions. And he bought his little amp and his guitar. He still had it, and he's always playing. And me and my older brother, which is we'll get into that maybe a little bit after. We
Hmm.
always we just music. It's just
I
music.
love
His name
it.
was
I
Kill
love it.
White, by the name. Kill White was his name,
Your
my
brother,
father's name.
Kiba White, your father,
Was
Kiba
Yes,
White,
guitar.
rest
Yeah,
in
he
peace, sir.
and
Yes.
he played for Granville Williams Orchestra. They call them the Granville Orchestra Band,
Uh,
Jamaica.
so
Yeah,
Granville Williams Orchestra. People look it up. Not right now because
yeah,
you're watching the show, but look it up.
right. That's it.
Um, well, okay, so
Yeah,
dad comes to Canada. Dad puts down the
yeah,
guitar, but he picks up, I guess you could say he picks up the record player and he starts playing the vinyl in the household. What made you
yeah.
feel like
Like,
music was something you could actually do?
well, he did it so often, like, and he, you know, um, I know if Carrie Mullins was listening to this, she could um probably
You
attest
got
to
Carl
that.
Mullins on
Carl
board?
Mullins heard that too. I think it's the same way. We're just there as students listening to our fathers play the records, play, and they
Yeah.
play. He play a vast because he grew up into the ska area, and lots of
Mhm.
ska musicians love jazz, like the jazz from America. So he would, my dad, it wouldn't be just a reggae or ska thing in our house. It'd like be James Brown,
Mm,
Manhattan, Stylistics, and we
mhm.
just soak it in. And, he'd come and he'd be singing a stylistic songs and tell me and my older brother, Rafa, how to harmonize, and we're just soaking it in like early age. So
I love it.
that's the thing. We didn't go to school for this, but because we're doing it for such a young age, it's just like the practice is really there.
Mhm.
Yeah, the practice
So
is
true.
really
I
there.
mean, the amount of times my mom would have to pick me up from sitting beside, like right beside them big 18-inch speakers as a little girl, like maybe 2, 3 years old, because I was just, I get it. And
There you
now
go.
that you say that, I wonder if we were
Yeah.
like prisoners of the music and we really didn't have a choice, you know, because you know,
Man, I'm telling you.
there's
Yeah,
so many
I'm
people
telling
have
you,
the
man. But
same
I'm so thankful for that. I'm just so thankful that he introduced me to this wonderful music called reggae music, and like music in general. I can't just say reggae music because my dad was a blues guitarist, jazz. Like he played anything, and he listened to anything. So
Mm,
um, that that molded me to 'cause right now I'm doing pop. I do a little bit of R&B, and I'm just doing what I feel comfortable doing.
love it. I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
so you were messing around with the music and stuff. When did you first realize that your voice had something different in it?
When did I realize that? I realized that when I started DJing on sound systems, right? In the late
Okay.
80s, early 90s. Look at you, just, you know, just escaping my house because, our rules in the West Indian house. They don't really allow you to, they will say that this kind of music that I'm indulging is like a boogie yaga music. Although my father was a musician, but the dancehall scene in his era, they don't really support that much of dancehall, right? So,
Gotcha.
we any little chance we get, we're climbing out of windows good and doing all that to get to the dancehall scene. So I started to DJ, right? And
Yep.
then when I started DJing on various sound systems, back in the days, sound systems. So in every aspect, we kind of had to earn our craft.
Mm,
We put in a lot of work to learn this day now to do what we're doing right now, because we started very early, you know, and
mm, mm.
we molded ourselves into a household DJ like here in Canada. The time I was rated, the top 3 best dancehall DJs in that era. You had guys like
And we'll
Bobby
get to
Zara.
that. We'll definitely get to it.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
go on, Bob Sparrow, and I don't want you to spill
yeah,
the tea
Zara.
too quickly.
Yeah. But we started early. Little Andrew Ranks at the time, was it? Not
Andrew
Acoustic. Andrew
Ranks.
Ranks was the time. Yeah. So we started entertaining the folks in Canada for a few years. Well, like entertaining them. They didn't really have to go to Jamaica for that hardcore dancehall. We
Yeah,
gave it to them here. I could
yeah.
really say we gave it to them, making them feel like they were back home.
Love
With
it.
what we're
I
doing.
love it.
Yeah. So
And before
that was.
we get into Andrew Ranks,
Mhm.
we will get into Andrew Ranks. We're actually going to play a song, and we're going to talk about it after. But let's get into your musical lineage, because I mean, dad's a guitar player. Big brother's
Mhm.
doing his big thing. Your cousin, the late Rafa Dean, is a respected drummer.
Mhm.
How
Brother,
did the
brother, actually,
like?
brother,
Oh, Rafa Dean is your brother.
brother, and yeah. No, not
Oh, I
cousin,
thought he was your
brother.
cousin. Oh my gosh, your
No,
brother.
no, that's my older brother. Rest R.I.P.
Wow. R.I.P.
Yeah,
sir. So
yeah.
all of these people, their life and their legacy, how does that influence the path of a young Andrew?
Well, it does a lot. My brother. If we could, yeah, okay. If we could start at my brother was well known, right?
Hmm.
With a lot of accolades early in his career of drumming and singing. He was just
Hmm.
as talented as drumming and just as talented as singing. See, but he um
Wow.
he was somebody to really look up to, because he at a young age he's getting he was known as the number 1 drummer in Canada. You know
Wow.
um, and it wasn't self-proclaimed. Like, you ask anybody, they'll tell you this guy was really ahead of his time. So,
Hmm.
um, with all his accolades so early in his career, he just like, man, I want to be like this guy, like, he is my brother, man. And um, he saw where my parents wouldn't really weren't that supportive early in my career, because um, mom was a Christian. She wanted me to do gospel, if anything. And my father would say, well, okay, he had his time and he was just watching on the sideline to see what comes of this. But Rafa Dean was really supportive, introduced me to a lot of musical people at that time. So I moved from the dance hall to doing live shows at the Bamboo and all across Canada, doing some live shows now. Right.
Oh wow.
Doing some live shows all over Montreal, everywhere, Winnipeg, all over Canada, doing some live shows. So
So
rap. Hmm?
no, I was just gonna say. So when you were doing those live shows, were you were using Andrew Ranks at the time, or was this even
Yeah,
before you were using
yeah.
Andrew
No. That
Ranks?
was no. It's always at the beginning of it was Andrew Ranks. Yeah, the beginning of it was Andrew Ranks. So you know, um, you know, lots of energy. You know, lots of energy,
I
DJing and the nightlife and all of that. So it was a good feeling, and the inspiration with Rafa, I can't express in words how much I miss him, and how much he has helped me in music, and he's left me with so many musicians that I could count on, and it goes on and on,
I love it. So
goes on and on.
he left you with a whole network of people that you can work with. I love that.
Yes, that I could work with, that respect me and respect what I'm doing. Yeah,
Yeah, I love it. I love
yeah,
it.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
so for those who know Canadian reggae and dancehall, like the whole reggae and dancehall scene, they know that the name Andrew Ranks carried some serious weight. So, what did the Andrew Ranks era mean to you creatively? When you're writing your
Uh,
music and all
it means a lot, but as much as the hype surrounding the name and the accolades I got when Andrew Ranks, I still think I was green, right? Green in the
that.
sense of I didn't harness my craft. I was still learning at that time, I learning in a sense that even sometime I used to always DJ, and my father taught us to sing. So one time he people keep on telling me, said, "Well, your son is the baddest DJ and he's doing this, that." He didn't really like that. So one time he said, "Why don't you go back to your singing? That's what I groomed you to do." And that's when I really looked back and said, okay, let's return to that singing aspect of my career. It's just like
Mhm.
Garnet Silk. A lot of people don't know Garnet Silk was a DJ, right?
That's
When he
right.
first started
Right.
his career. And I talked to a lot of his friends too, and people knew him back in the day. It kind of reminds me, wow, that's what I used to do. Nobody wouldn't tell that, but
Yeah. 'Cause I'll be honest, I was shocked when you told me, and then I played some of the tracks, and I was like, "But you sounded powerful as a DJ, like, you really could do a hybrid." I mean, I know that's not Akustix thing, but you really could do, like, some tracks where you're singing and DJing on the track. Like, you really could hold
yeah,
that down.
I yeah, I really could, because I think I put in a lot of work as a DJ, and I know it like the back of my hand. But you revolve and you try to, you don't want to get your audience too confused and say, well, is he DJ or is he a singer? So when I did that transaction from Andrew Ranks to Acoustic, I said, I'm gonna take it easy now, getting older now, so let me just be on the calm side and do some nice singing positive music.
Mhm. So you did the whole evolution, turned to singing, did some conscious music. What really made you decide that it was time to evolve, and what made you say, you know what, time to become Acoustics and put down Andrew Ranks?
To be honest with you, Angie, when you're in the grime, when you're on the ground, like in Toronto, and you're DJing on various sounds like Upsetter,
Mhm.
Stereograph, Sunshine, you name it. Opening for big concerts at Concert Hall with Ron Nelson.
Ron
He used to keep
Nelson,
these
big up Ron
monster jams.
Nelson on that side. Yep,
Yeah, he used to
yep.
keep monster jams, and they used to have local reggae section when they're not doing the
Mhm,
hip hop. We used to go and do our thing, and we did pretty well. But to
mhm,
be honest, Angie, it was very grimy. The dancehall
mhm.
scene, it's a scene where it's rough.
Wow.
Sometimes you go in those arenas, you don't know if you're coming back home. There's a lot of shootings back then. Um,
Yeah,
you're hitting head with the good, the bad, and the ugly. You see,
yeah,
and then
yeah,
and as you get older, you said, "Wow, is it really worth it?" You know.
yeah,
So
yeah,
the Andurans, we grew up tough, right? We wouldn't have a mic and somebody dare to pull it out of our hand or anything. So we we kind of
hold on. Wait there.
yeah.
So you're like, "Yo, man, a bad man."
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You
Pretty
know,
boy, but
people.
we are bad man same way.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. We don't like to push that narrative, but I mean,
Yeah, no, no, of
we grew
course
up.
not. But
Yeah, we grew up tough.
mhm.
We grew up tough.
Oh, you gotta put the phone on do not disturb.
Saying that, yeah, the ranks part of it, um, really carried that luggage of that tough
Mhm,
situation, and
mhm, mhm.
tough.
Was it hard to put down the name? Oh, wait. Y-
Hard. What?
You gotta. Oh,
not saying hard to put down. Yeah, sorry. Not saying hard to
that's
put
okay.
down the name, but it's just you're putting so much work there though, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You look at the European magazine I was reading one time, they're listing all in alphabetical order. And back in those days, right? They're listing all the
Mm-hmm,
DJs. This is DJs from all over the world, right? You're
mm-hmm,
there, you're looking
mm-hmm.
at the A section, and then you see Andrew Ranks there. So the work was there, you know,
Mm-hmm.
you know, the work was put in. But there comes a time you have to, you know, you have to evolve and say, okay, that luggage with that name, you want to carry it, or you want to, you know, you want
I
to
get it.
reduce yourself and, you know, and come again, you know.
You know what? Let's we're gonna put down that chapter, but before we do, and after we put down that chapter, we're gonna talk about Deborah Cox. So people don't leave. Stay tuned. But before we get into those newer chapters and acoustics and all that, I want us to go back in time for a moment. So we're going to go back to the Andrew Ranks era, since you told us a bit about it. The song that I'm about to play, it's raw and it's honest, and it carries the voice of a younger artist figuring out his place in the world. And Andrew, you know what? Mr. Acoustics, I don't normally play the music with the artist on the screen, but I'm gonna do it for you tonight. So this
Thanks.
is Those Guns. Yeah, no worries. I usually play after the artist leaves, then I play the music. But I'm gonna do it now because I think we're gonna have fun with this tonight. So this is Those Guns, Andrew Ranks, not to be confused with Acoustics, different artist. Let's go.
Yeah, musical thing called those guns. Right about now, Unison want to take the guns out of the slums, yeah. Wow! As I would tell you, Angie Ranks coming back with the boom shaka as I would tell you. Yeah, you the brother man say. Those guns, we want them out of our slums, those guns. They come to mash up our funds, those guns. They're killing daughters and sons, those guns. Listen to my story. Old Fast Freddy, who comes from the country. Freddy. I hear that guy, he is so trigger happy. Freddy. I hear that guy, he killed one too many. Freddy. Oh, now I hear he is coming for me. Freddy. I want to know how I became his adversary. Freddy. I want to know how I became his adversary. Those guns. We want them out of our slums, those guns. They come to mash up our funds, those guns. They're killing daughters and sons, those guns, those guns, those guns, those guns, those guns, those guns. Listen. Oh, Freddy, your life must be scratching you vigorously. Freddy. Oh, Freddy, you must be living close to a cemetery. Freddy. I'm not to be taken lightly like Mikey. Freddy. Not because of my.
So that was Those Guns.
Mhm.
And people look it up. You can find it on YouTube. It's out there. So this song comes from your Andrew Ranks era. What space were you in when you wrote it? And how do you feel when you hear that younger version of yourself now?
Well, I feel good. There's a gentleman called Aram Scarum in Canada. There, he's on a, I think it's a university station. For the record, I don't remember to say what dial it is, but he brought this particular song to my attention a few months ago.
Really,
Like I said, I did a lot of songs under the
Andrew?
Andrew Ranks, right? So, and he brought this one. He told me the title, and it was so sad. I didn't remember the title. So he sent it to me, and I took a listen and said, "Yeah, that's me," you know. And it's wonderful. He was giving it such high marks. He wants to do a lot of things with this particular song, and it's been done from in the '90s, right? So
Yeah.
I listened and I said, wow, that's when I really was zoning in. And as you could hear the quality of it and all, and the
Yeah.
story behind it, Those Guns, it tells a story. So
Yes.
I feel really good that I put in some good work back then.
You really did. And I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
that song could easily, you could be in like a Big Up When Dance Did Nice, but you could be in like a When Dance Did Nice type of a dance. And when they get into the ska section, like you could literally run that and have the crowd
You're right.
dancing. Literally.
Yep, yep.
Um,
That's it. Thanks.
and it's good quality. So big up your engineers and all that on that track because coming from the '90s, that track sounds solid. Like it sound that production
Right,
quality.
right. Either 90 or early 2000s, but around that
Mhm.
time. Big up one of my cousins, Andrew Stevens, otherwise named as Andrew Metro. He was the one who co we wrote that song together, and he produced it
Mm,
under his label, Fast Love label. Yeah, so big shout out to, you got to remember where we're from. So I got to big him up on that. We did some nice work together.
100%. I love that. I love that.
Mhm.
So we move through the chapters and how what before I even get into the next track, um, how many year like what was the year span between Andrew Ranks and Acoustics? Was it like immediate or did you take a break? What how did that look when you did that changeover?
Okay, so we did the went through the Duranx era, so that would be 90s to early 2000s, and then I changed to acoustic, I believe 2012 or 2013, around there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So a lot of
And
work. I give the work. We don't have enough time, Angie, but we put in the work. My first song, that vinyl LP. Um,
mhm.
boy, I did that Jimpy's Records, a well-known producer out in Brampton there, both Brampton and Toronto. He was known. He had a record shop on Queen Street and there, and I'm telling you, I didn't get no funds for that money. I was so excited when he said I was going to school at the time, to come and
Yeah.
record. I think he gave me
Yeah.
a Randy's patty and a drink.
What? What do
Yeah,
you mean?
yeah.
Yo,
They give
yo,
me,
come to the
give me a
studio. We
Randy's
need you, man.
patty and a
A
drink
Randy's paddy and a soda.
and a
Hopefully you didn't get
soda,
a
man. But
chubby. Hopefully it was a
yeah,
bigger, not a chubby.
but big him up. But big him up same way, man. Like I mean, Randy's patty the drink, but it was all good to me, man. I don't have no regrets and animosity with no producers that whatever. Because
Yeah.
then it was just so excited to go into the studios. Actually, when the whole studio life and all like that. Like I mean, wow! I tell you, man. So the work is putting in there, and we're doing it a long time, man. A patty and a drink, the first song that I ever did. Yeah,
Paddy and a drink.
yeah.
Yo, a patty and a drink. At least it was a Randy's patty, because if you live in Toronto, he could have brought you a little idiot patty, and at least he went to Randy's. So we have to big him up for that.
Yeah, then
Randy's.
time they ran this party a shop. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
man, we can
yeah,
work with it. We can work with it. Yeah, man, Randy. Yeah, man, we can work
yeah.
with it. So
That's it.
now we're gonna move into a chapter that carries global weight. This next record was Juno nominated, and it earned you a letter of gratitude from South Africa. And
Mhm.
that's legacy. We're gonna get into that, but first, I want the audience to hear it. This is Mandela.
Hold on, Mandela. Hold on. Hold on, Mandela, please hold on. I say 27 years in the penitentiary. Mandela, Mandela could not be wiped away so easily. Mandela, I say it again. I say 27 years in the penitentiary. Yeah. Mandela, Mandela could not be wiped away so easily. Mandela. Could you imagine? Oh, how he suffered. 27 years doing hard labor. He wasn't a thief, a rapist, or a murderer. Mandela was a freedom fighter. Mandela is gone. Mandela. Yeah, hear me? Mandela. I say if by the time I do this song, y'all. Mandela. Hey. Mandela. The media reports that Mandela is gone. Mandela. This is what I would have tell them. No, he's not gone. Remember the works that he performed, and his name, it shall live on and on. I'll sing it again. I say no, he's not gone. Remember the works that he performed, and his name, it shall live on and on, on and on. Mandela him could not tell them a eye for your eye. Then a whole heap of people would have died. Just like the Italians were captured by the Ethiopians and got the mercy by King Selassie. Mandela him never give up, him never stop try, him never yet turn a blind eye. And the people them, all the good men do, all the try the man try, them still want crucify. Hold on, Mandela, hold on. Hold on, Mandela, please hold on.
You know what? Did you want me to keep going? I can keep going if you want. You're grooving.
No, man, you're
I saw
sure.
you. You're grooving. I don't know how much time you have with me, so I'm trying to respect your time, right? I don't know how much time you're
No,
like.
yours, man. I'm all yours. All yours,
Oh,
dear.
so we can
I'm all yours.
play. Okay, we can
Yeah.
play. I like it. So first of all,
Yep.
let me say I'm gonna call you out on this. Come and just ask you if you DJ and sing pan the track, and you tell me no. And then the first Akustix track when me play, yeah, DJ and sing pan the track. So, what is man? Oh, you have to do that. You're
Yeah, I
like,
forgot.
you'll hear it.
Yeah, yeah, I
You'll
know
hear
that.
it.
I should have answered the question. I've done that in a few tracks, you know. Then, like I said, sometimes these people are so critical, right? So I don't want to really confuse my audience, right? So, but you know, sometimes people say, "Who's that DJ who just came in?" I say, "No, bro, it's me, man. It's me. It's me."
You're like,
Yeah. But like, I mean, I don't know if I do it. I don't know. I get questioned, but look at Shinehead. Shinehead used to do it.
well, that's what I'm saying.
Look at,
I don't know why. Stop
yeah.
worrying
I
about what
mean,
people think, man,
you
because you
know,
have this. You have all the
you know,
skills.
we Shinehead do it. Yeah, you know, that's it. Yeah, but that was
You know what?
Mandela, man. That's a track, man.
I'm gonna tell you something that someone literally told me today. Trust your talent. Trust your talent.
Right.
You got
Yeah.
you got both sides of it. You are a double threat. So you need
Mhm.
to go out there and be a double threat and be like, yeah, man, I'm me, Akustix, awa. Awa. Like, trust me, I'm telling you, like, you got it. So
Yeah.
don't be people are gonna listen, man. People are
Yeah.
gonna talk
Yeah.
people are gonna talk regardless.
Regardless. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Give
That's
them
true.
something to talk about, my friend.
That's
Big up
it.
Mama Goodaz in the audience. She says a Randy's patty. She says a
Yeah.
Randy.
Yeah. Yeah. Randy's Pam, my dear, a full length song. The song went to England, all over the world, whatever. It's just a Randy's Patty. But I mean, what what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? That's part of the
Yeah.
every artist I know like has been there and done that, has stories that they could tell you, man. You know, the beginning we didn't do it for money in the beginning. We did it for just
That's right.
likes and hype and stuff like
Yeah.
that. We didn't know the business of it. I didn't
Yeah.
sign
And
no
that's
track. I just went to the studio and just voiced. That's it. And I did that for a
voice.
few producers as well. In that few producers, I could name you a
And
few. I could name you Bunny Gemini from Record Factory.
really,
Yeah, oh man, yeah, a few. Well, no money exchange, no nothing, nothing. Yeah, but it's part of it.
and that's where,
It's
like
part of it.
the producers really were the moneymakers back then. So many artists have come on this show and talked about it. Power Man talked about it. Lecturer talked about it. Big up Likkle Wayne on the outside. He talked about it. That they're the ones that were making the money back then. And
Mhm.
for the artists, it was just, hey, I'm on a track. I'm so happy to be singing. I'm so happy to be toasting on the mic or doing my thing in on the sound systems. So, I get it. And that energy, that love of the music and that love of doing it just shines, like you can feel it, in the music.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
let's circle back to Mandela. So Juno nominated in 2014, and you received a letter of gratitude from South Africa.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
did that moment
Gratitude.
mean to you as an artist? Yeah, what did that mean for you?
Oh man, I think I shed a tear when I received the
Oh,
letter. Yeah, I think I shed a tear when I received the letter. Um, knowing the history of Mandela and stuff like that. It's weird. The song the song was just brought to me from a higher source.
yeah, I love
Lyrically too. So
mhm.
did the song not knowing that he's gonna pass, but then when I did the song, he did pass, and I did mention in the song that if he's not there,
Yeah.
his name will still live long. And people were saying, "How did what? Are you a mind reader? Like, how did you know to put in the song?"
How did you
I
know?
didn't hear music. I didn't hear nothing. I just wrote the song. The song came to me, and then a few months after, Mandela passed. So I think that part of it, South Africa say, how did this guy know? He said, if by the time I do this
If by
song,
the time you hear
and
this song, yeah, you
yeah,
know he's gone,
yeah,
you know
yeah,
that his soul or his legacy lives on, like,
lives
that's
on. Like that's deep.
that's a
Lyrics
download.
is a
My mom would call it a download. That's a download from God, you
yeah.
know.
So
God's like,
yeah,
"Oh, here,
that
watch, do
yeah.
this." Yeah.
Right. So I think that line there made the South Africans say, "Hey, this guy meant what he said," or you know what I mean, or whatever. How did he get that inspiration to do that? Look how far
Mhm,
Canada is to South Africa. So
mhm.
it's remarkable. Good lyrics will always stand predominant. I think
Yes,
my grandkids and everybody will hear back that song, and when they do the history about Mandela, they'll see that the song kind of matches and does justice. Good reggae music
that's
lasts forever. That's why we're still rocking to Bob Marley's music. So I try to follow that trend. I follow
I love
to
it.
do,
Yeah.
do good music. Hmm.
Creating music with longevity for sure
Yeah,
is what is that? You know what? Let me ask you this question. As a writer, music writer, how do you
yeah.
know or how do you determine that you're writing a song that has longevity versus a song that's trendy? Like, how do you know?
Wow, that's a
You
good
know, I have to come
question.
with a little rock. It's not to bring a little trouble, Yazid.
Yeah, no, yeah, you got me there. Wow, isn't that interesting? Well, okay. Um, Trending, yeah. Sometimes there's a trend and you want to jump on it. Yeah, that's right. But for me, um, I don't really smoke or drink, so I can't say I smoke a spliff and and then I get these humongous meditations. That's not where my inspiration comes from. I think mine comes from a source. It's very deep. Like I'll get them like in the morning, and I'll wake up, and then I'll grab my phone to put the melodies in there, kind of thing. And because you get these things, so these things are, well, I think God put position to and gives me these inspirations. I can't say they come from anything else but that. So I put them down, and then I'm so old school. I want to do live music, so we
Live
get horn
music.
sections. Yeah, so I want to follow the Peter Toshes and the Jacob Millers and the Bob Marleys, and these people with that do music, and I see how they stand up today. So I follow that trend. We just follow that trend and try to do live horn section, harmony, real
Yeah.
authentic reggae music. So I think that's what, along with the lyric content that I come up with, I always try to
Hmm.
go into the studio and get that kind of vibe.
Hmm.
I
I
always
love that
get that
because,
vibe.
there's something about the energy of live. Like, you dropped a lot of gems in that answer, by the way. Um, let's start with the live music. There's something about hearing artists, like hearing the musicians playing those instruments on a track that just, I'm not knocking digital music. I love digital music, but there's just something about hearing those artists with, like, hearing those musicians with those instruments, that it just hits differently, you know.
Mhm.
Do you find there's a lot of pressure to avoid the musicians nowadays, or is it like, okay, if you want a band, you're gonna get the band, and if you want a track, you're gonna get a track? Like,
Um, yeah, there, this AI system, boy, it's sad, there's gonna be a lot of musicians out of work eventually. Let's even go bigger than that. Maybe even singers like myself, because the AI is doing everything. You know what I mean? And it goes through that AI system and it makes things almost perfect. Some will say it's watered down and they could tell the difference, but not all the time you could tell the difference. It makes things really perfect and nice to the ears to listen to. You know what I mean? So, I'm gonna try to keep old school and do authentic music. I'll give you a joke then. Since we're on that topic, there's many times do you know that song that came out with Trump? The one that has a few kind of hardcore lyrics in it. Do you know? You didn't hear it? I know the fans out there probably heard it because a lot of people called and thought it was me, right?
Really?
Actually doing the track, right? That same artist did another one about Jamaican men not doing oral things and stuff like that. You didn't hear that song, Angie? Yeah.
No.
Well,
You know what?
Yeah.
It's funny you say that, because my intro
Yeah.
song is actually created through AI. And when I
Right.
was listening today, because when I bring people on the show, I immerse myself in their music. So I play their music and I kind of get into their music. So when I played just now, when I started the show and I played my intro video, I was like,
Hmm.
this this AI artist sounds like Acustix. So let me clarify, people, it's not acoustic on the track. But it sounds like you,
Yeah.
like it literally.
Yeah.
I could be like, yeah, he built a song for me, and
Yeah. You could have did that. Right. But
I could
the
have done
fans
that.
know what I'm talking about because the two songs that I just spoke about have enormous views, like in the millions and a half a million and whatever, right?
Wow.
Maybe you haven't heard it yet, but I got so much phone calls congratulating me about my new song and stuff like that. It wasn't me, but it wasn't me. So, to answer your question, man, there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure because then, you know, when I did Mandela, AI wasn't popular. That's just organic. Going into the studio, doing when I did those
Mhm.
guns, I think I did that in one take, right?
Wow.
All of those back then we had to, there was wheel to wheel back at one time,
Mhm.
dot tapes at one time, and then it got, so we put in the work, and now here comes a system that might just make us look like we're not doing anything.
Well, I think the beauty of it is it's regulated. So now they even have like AI music awards. So they have their
Wow.
own lane over there. Yeah, they have their
Right,
own
right.
lane over there. I don't think I don't, as a connoisseur of music, I don't create it, but I definitely consume a lot of it. Um
Mhm.
I don't see where, as long as they regulate it and they keep it separate, and that, okay, AI music has their own, they have their own Grammys, so to speak, for AI, and versus music that's created by people. I think we're good, you know. I do think we're
Right,
okay.
right, right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So
So.
we're gonna shift into another leader, another moment in
Mhm.
history. And
Okay.
this next track is rooted in upliftment, hope, and message. And then I was gonna say my neighborhood gets loud now. So people, this is People's President, and it's by Akustix. Let's give it a listen.
Hey, 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 all right. Farewell now, Obama, farewell. You and your beautiful wife, yeah, the first lady Michelle. It's been a nice 8 years for me to see Martin Luther King dream come to reality. Yeah, I don't care what the media says, but now follow them no way. You're our first black president, they could never take that away. Obama, let me hear you say Obama. Let me hear you say Obama. He's the people's president. Obama. Let me hear you say Obama. Let me hear you shout Obama. He's the people's president. I know we're not related by blood, but it feels like family. Every night I go to bed, ask the Lord to protect you from all enemies. Respected by world leaders, kings and queens and dignitaries. Yeah. And there is nothing that they can do to tarnish your legacy. Obama, let me hear you say Obama. Let me hear you sing Obama. The people's president. Farewell now, Obama, farewell. Yeah. You and your beautiful wife, yeah. The first lady Michelle, yeah. Farewell now, Obama, farewell. Farewell. You and your beautiful wife, yeah. The first lady Michelle. It's been a nice 8 years for me.
So, I'll let it run in the background a little bit. So this is another record that was rooted in leadership and upliftment. So what inspired this song, and what were you hoping that people would feel when they heard it?
I got caught up in the whole excitement of this black gentleman called Barack Obama being the first black president of the United States. Although historians will question that. Somebody told me within that time that he wasn't the first black president, but I'm only going with what's out to the public that I know of, right? Right. That's what was brought to us, right?
Yeah. Because if somebody is masking or whatever, we can't. How do we know, right?
Yeah. How do we know? So I'm just dealing with what being a black historian myself, it was very exciting to me, to know that Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and a lot of U.S. historians and activists went through a lot, and like I said in the song, I think Martin Luther's dream, came through in a sense, that now that there's a man of color that I can tell my grandkids and the youth them that hey, nothing's impossible. You could do it, here's Obama. Whether to question whether he was when he was in office, what he really did, I kind of surpassed that. That's questionable, yeah, because I got a lot of flack for doing it. They said
really?
Yeah, even in my inbox, almost close to almost death threats, I would say. Some people were and some of the people that were doing that was my own people too. People of color. They made it clear, yeah, because they made it clear. And then you have the other side of it. They were trying to tell me that because I said his beautiful wife, Michelle. They were trying to tell me that Michelle is actually a male, and they were. Oh, I got a earful of stuff at the time.
Mm.
I just didn't tell nobody, but I went through it.
Oh my gosh.
So but I still stand firm. That it was inspiring to all of us. I just got caught up in that thing. Wow, this is a black man. I saw Jesse James was watching the crowning of the whole situation, crying. You know what I mean? And I know what he was thinking. Say, hey, wow, I couldn't do it, but here's a man that did it, and the first black
Yeah.
president. So I got caught up in that, and it was a good feeling. Regardless, got in it. Still, to me, it was a good feeling.
Yeah.
Would I do it again? Maybe not. Maybe not. But at the time, right?
Yeah.
To be honest, maybe not. But at the time, I did it full-heartedly. If you listen to the lyrics, it must have been coming from the heart because the lyrics is
100%.
well put together, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that's what it is. You take chances in music business. Wasn't a lot of people doing. I think rest in peace. Coca T did a song about Obama, but other than that, there wasn't much people that really, in
Said
the
anything
reggae,
about it.
said
Yeah.
anything. I took a chance. And
Mhm.
I think it worked for me. It gave me a good popularity in Florida. I released that song in Florida. I was living in Florida at the time. Um,
Mhm.
and made Americans kind of turn their head, especially in the black community. Say there's an artist called Akustix. So
Yes. Yes.
it's timeless, but then again, it's seasonal because it's I did it because he was leaving office. So
Mhm.
timeless in a sense, but at the same time, it's not a song people gonna play all through the year because of it was just
Because
giving
type of song.
respect. Right,
Yeah,
right,
but I think
right.
it's a good, and I mean, you never know, it'll be one of those songs that's like a footprint, or a footnote, right? So if historians down the road they're playing, or maybe your grandchildren or your great grandchildren get a really cool teacher, and they're talking about this president named Obama, and then they play your song. You never know, right? I know growing up, I had teachers that loved playing music in the classroom, so you never know. You never
Mhm.
know, right?
The song was played. It's funny you mentioned that because in the state of Florida, um, and Washington area at the Obama administration office, there was some schools that did play the song at the time.
Mhm.
I've got congratulated
Love
for
it.
that. Also,
I'm
so that was a good
put
thing.
myself on that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Mhm.
So, we step further down the road. Okay, actually, do I mention it here? Because I switched up my questions. No, I'm gonna mention it now. So you took a little break from music.
Yes.
Um,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
was this after Obama?
Yes. Right after Obama, I took a big
Right
break.
after. Okay. You
Yeah,
know that was a
7 years.
download, right? That was a download from the Most High. You know that, right? Because that question was not in my list. So
All
you
right,
took a
we
break after
freestyle. Nothing
Obama.
wrong with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we freestyle a little bit. Um, you know, what made you take a break? Was it the death threats and stuff, or was it something else that made you say, "Yeah, I got to take a break from this"?
Uh, um, no, man. The death threats weren't. We grew up rough, right? So death threats, that don't
Mhm,
really phase me that much, right? The threats weren't like
mhm,
say, I'm gonna hurt you or anything like that. But there's a lot of swearing and anger. Well, how could you do this song for this creep? And he authorized to kill so much people, and whatever he did, Gaddafi, all
yeah,
these little different things, right? But
mhm,
so it wasn't that I was walking around scared or anything, but you could tell that these people are angry. Some of them would say,
mhm.
you could
Oh,
tell
they
they're
made it known.
angry. Yeah, they made it
They
known,
made it known.
right? So you know what I mean. So that wasn't really it. I did this song, and I just felt like the whole music industry. The song was well put together. Big
Mhm.
up the producer Eugene Gray from America. He's a renowned guitarist. Um,
Big up you,
big up
Greg.
Twiggy from Penthouse,
Mm.
who did the harmony. If you hear how beautiful the
Mhm.
harmony is,
Twiggy.
um, right.
Twiggy's
Big up.
another big artist who doesn't get enough recognition as well in her own right.
That's right, I tell you. So big up them who we did a nice song. We really did a nice song, and after that song, sometimes you feel like you do a song and you kind of feel like this is it, like this is gonna make you to
Mhm.
to the
Level.
next level, right? And then when you realize it doesn't, you sit back and say, wow, you know we keep doing good songs and keep putting a lot of energy into this thing, and we're not
Mhm.
seeing where we could maintain um our
Mhm.
lifestyle and family out of it. We still have to be doing odd stuff. I'm a personal trainer by trade, and a certified nutritionist too. So I've always have to be falling back on those trades, right? And you kind of get tired of people saying, Jamaica would I say iron balloon, like, but they didn't really call me back. But sometime within yourself conscious, you say, man, I put in so much work. What am
Yeah.
I doing that Shaggy's doing that I can't do? What is Sean
Yeah.
Paul doing that I can't do? What is the elites doing that I cannot do? Like, and people are telling you these things, and man, I listen to your music, and you sound, you know, why are you not,
Up there.
there, But
Yeah.
one wouldn't know that there's certain avenues that, like, I walk straight, what I mean? And I'm not
I get it.
gonna bow. Yeah, I'm not gonna bow to anything just for riches and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'll just
Yeah.
settle for what I'm not gonna put my hat where I can't reach it and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
people wouldn't know the journey. They just talk and gossip and say, "Oh, he's been doing this thing long day. Yeah, he's talented, but he's been doing it a long time." So after a while, you put some nice songs like Mandela, as you heard, and there's a catalog of songs on the Andrew Ranks too that could have really stand up with the elites. Um,
Yeah.
After a while, you kind of say, man, well, let's give it a break and reevaluate if this thing is really, your mind just as a human plays tricks on you and says, man, that.
Mhm.
But then
Mhm.
I think when you are, when it's written for you to do something, when I say written, I mean like God above, and your life
Yes.
is, he knows your life, right? And he
Yes.
knows what he
Every
put here
other
on earth here to do. Right. So when it's
Yeah.
written, you got to fall back to it and say, well, this is what the man put you here to do.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's fall back on
Yeah.
it. Let's just know ourselves, and thanks to the fans, actually, because the fans really
Mhm.
motivate me. 'Cause I was depressed one at a time too,
Oh, wow.
to be honest. Yeah, it leads you. Yeah, Angie, there's a lot of stories as you enter into this hosting and talking to artists. You're gonna hear a lot of
Mhm.
stuff, and it's not easy. You know,
Mhm.
it's not easy to put in the mass work, and just because politics,
Yeah. Yeah.
gatekeeping and stuff, you can't get to feed your family the proper way, that you'd
Yeah.
want to, and the ones that do make it, um, and have the financial backing to really change the world, they're not going to do it.
Oh,
They're
no.
still putting out filth. They're still doing these things. Not gonna call no names, but the
Yeah.
fans know what I'm talking about. And a
Mhm.
man like me, that if I get there, I'm looking to go to Indian desolated places to feed the poor. Like, what I mean? I
Yeah.
just don't
I
really,
get it.
I just
Yeah.
don't understand it sometimes. And then
Mhm.
I got a little bit under the weather at that time, a little bit after the Mandela. Um, you know. I tell you, VP Records reached out to me at the time, and I gave the song to a different company, and yeah, I mean, it didn't go as well as I thought this song would, bring me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I did the song before the AI excitement, and as you see, it's done.
Mhm.
It's done properly. You know, I
Yeah.
mean,
Percent.
it's done properly. So I fell in a little depression musically. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And gave it a break, and kind of gave it a break. But I couldn't give it I gave it a break as in putting out music, but I was still always in the studio. I didn't give it up like totally.
Oh, so you were still
Yeah.
creating.
Yes,
Okay.
still creating. Like God wouldn't make me stop the creative part of it. Still writing, still doing going into the studio and At that time, I still met Sly and Robbie, and still
Yeah.
creating, but I didn't have the motivation to give the music to a company or anybody. Just sat on it and said, I'll wait to the right time. You know?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I this a good segue. I like it. I like it. Yeah, it's a good segue. You you met up with two giants. I am obsessed with Sly and Robbie. I love Sly and Robbie so much that the last
That's-
song I play on almost every show is a Stagalag rhythm by Sly and Robbie. I bawled my eyes out when each one passed. Rest in peace to them
wow.
both.
Wow.
So you go into the studio
Mhm,
and you decide it's the comeback era. I'm coming back. I'm gonna do
mhm,
it big. I'm doing it acoustically, really loud. You know,
mhm.
the next record that I'm gonna play, it didn't just chart; it held the top spot on Reggae North Radio for weeks. I'm gonna play it, and then we're gonna talk about the experience of creating it. Okay. So
Yes.
this is "I'll Be Your King," and it's by Acoustics. People, I'm gonna play this whole song because I actually really love this song. So, sit back. I hope you have a nice drink because "I'll Be Your King" is gonna wash over you right now.
Hey girl, it's me Acoustic. It's me Acoustic. I thought I'd tell you I appreciate you. That I appreciate that you're my empress. And because you're so good to me,
So good to
I'll
me.
always be a king. I'll always
Always
be.
be,
I'll always be a king.
always be,
I'll be
I'll
a
be your
king.
king.
Because you know you are my empress. I'll be a king. Never leave you alone. I'll be a king. Because you know you are my empress. I'll be a king. Never leave you alone, child. The whole town's talking about us. Wish they had something like this built off of honesty and trust. My friend them not see me on the corner. Them all a call me one burner, but they don't understand. When a
When a
woman loves a
woman
man, I'll
loves a
be your
man.
king. Because I know you are my empress. I'll be your king. Never leave you alone. I'll be your king. Because you know you are my empress. I'll be your king. Never leave you alone. Well, it's been a long time since I left my Facebook unattended. Well, it's been a long time since I made a woman answer my phone. Well, now I'm contented. Never leave you alone. I'll be your king. I'll be your king. Because I know you are my empress. I'll be your king. Never leave you alone. I'll be your king. Because I know you are my empress. I'll be your king. Never leave you alone. I'll be your king. I'll be your king. Because I know you are my empress. I'll be your king. Never leave you alone. I'll be your king. I'll be your king. Because I know you are my empress. I'll be your king. Never leave you alone. The whole town's talking about us. Wish they had something like this built off the honesty and trust. My friend them not see me on the corner. Them all a call me one burner, but they don't understand. When a woman loves man, I'll be your king. I'll be your king. Because you know you are my empress. I'll be your king.
All right. right. So, and you know what? I'm gonna let it. I'm gonna let it play in the background. I love that tune. Um. So I'll Be Your King tops the Reggae North Music Radio charts for weeks. What did that moment confirm to you as an artist about where you are now and where you're coming from?
Wow, I tell you, it means so much to build one's confidence in what they're doing. Um, I wasn't in Canada for years, maybe 10, 12 years, just kind of coming for a week or two and going back and forth. I was mostly in Jamaica and Florida. Um, I took a trip here, and I don't know, it was just by curiosity. A gentleman by the name of Tony Anthony was keeping his annual reggae awards.
Oh, you were there?
Yeah, I was there. I was there.
I didn't see you there.
Yeah, I was in the balcony, just keeping it a low key, and
Wow,
yeah, I was there, and I said to Tony, I just love what was happening and see the growth of something that I was one of the pioneers to build in Canada. To see these young guys and they're doing their thing on the stage, and seeing other than the Junos, the Reggae North platform was so prestigious. I liked it. I was there saying, and that I said to myself, now's the right time. I'm gonna come back on the scene,
love it.
And I said, it's the right time. And no other place, although I've been traveling lots of time, Jamaica and Florida, and sometimes in Europe also, Canada would be my main fan base. So, you know what I mean? That made me to know the fans, the system to make that song actually number one is people that had to come out and go to his website and make a comment or call him and stuff, and that's how he judges his platform, right? And he said that it's the number up to today. He said the most requested song, and most fans. And when I got back to Canada too, a little bit before that, he did an interview with me, and one thing he asked me, he said, "How are you out of the business for so long?" And as soon as he put up that I was going to be on his show, how do you get people calling in, and how people and how do you do that? I said, I think it's the good music that people that say, "Oh, Akustix back in town. Let's see what he has to offer," right?
Yeah.
So it's nice, a lot of artists submit to Juno every year. I haven't done that. I was lucky enough to get nominated 2014. To be honest, I have a lengthy career, and I think my management team, we submitted to the Juno 3 times, right? And a lot of people submit her career and don't even get nothing, no acknowledgement. And I was lucky enough to get a nomination for Mandela. So so that was big for me too. And thing with the radio station is really, really uplifting. It made me really feel good about where I'm coming from and how I evolved from a dancing in the trenches, risking my life just for the Canadian, the Jamaican, crowd to. And I escaped that. A lot of people didn't escape that era,
Yeah.
And to be doing it so long and get recognition is a nice thing, It's a very nice feeling.
Yeah.
Nice feeling.
And I tell you, you talk about that era of risking your life to be on the stage. I mean, I've hidden under many tables at these places because stuff was flying, so you're under a table,
Yeah.
when you get home.
You were there, you lived it firsthand. You know what I'm talking about. We wasn't certain that we were coming home, man. Like, it was very violent, man. Like,
we didn't know.
like I tell you, the shootings, the Jane and Finch, the the Rexdales, the Regent Parks, we were there because the sound system, that was a playground for these areas, right? And
Oh,
you know
that's where you went.
yeah, basements, where 400 people were the maximum people supposed to be held, probably there about 50 or 80, and about 400 people cramped. Enemies there,
Yeah,
the
everybody.
good, the bad, and the ugly, So we escaped
Yeah,
that, and we did it. We did it for the people. We did it with music thing for the people for a long time. So get awards and accolades now is great. Very, very sentimental to me. You know.
and people, I tell you, Saturday mornings, I think it's 8 to 11 that Tony Anthony, big up yourself on the outside, Mr. Anthony, does his Reggae North music chart. And I jumped into the chart one Saturday morning during the height of the Acustix #1 era. And when I tell you, that chat was just full of, like, every song, like, he starts. So Tony, I think it's 10 top 10 he does. 10 from
20,
the 10th
20 songs.
song all the way up to the 20 songs. There's 20 songs. So from the
Yeah, 20
20th
songs. Yeah.
20th song all the way up to the first song, all you saw in the chat was people writing, "I'll be your king. I'll be your king. I'll be your king." Like, that's all. When he's like, "We're not there yet." They were still like, "I need that song. Like, run the song. Run the song."
Yeah.
So, big things. What did the audience response like? What did that teach you about your audience? I think you lost your light because you're a bit darker now.
Yeah, Betaka. Oh, sorry about that. Or is it
That's okay. Just letting you know.
okay? Yeah. The response there, um, it tells me that you have a listenership, right?
Mhm,
It tells me people appreciate you. Um,
mhm,
Even if I was a few times to email people, because Tony told me what it takes for the song to travel. Um,
mhm.
Half of these people, I did do what he said. Let your fan base think that, but these people from Germany, these people from
Wow.
Human, I don't really know these people. They remember me, and some of them, they really like the song. So, um, you look when I did the video, um, for the song, "I'll Be Your King."
Mhm,
Um,
mhm.
Big up Majestic. She was the female that was hired to be in the video,
To do
right?
lead,
She
yeah.
was the actor there and stuff. So big her up. But when you look at a video, I released the video, and organically I got viewers, in
Wow.
the space of, so that
Love
shows
it.
you that people are watching it, and people like it, and they like the maturity of the video too. So it was just a feeling to know, man. I'm really thankful for
Yeah.
these moments in my life, to see that these people really, you know, are
Love the
feeling what
music.
I'm doing.
And then
Yeah.
you this song you did with Sly and Robbie, correct?
That song "I'll Be Your King" was done by Sly and Robbie, at Anchor Studio in Jamaica. Never forget it. Big up Tony Green, the saxophonist, who introduced me to Sly and Robbie. It's not people that I have always been a fan of them, but I didn't know them. He introduced me in 2012. Um, he big him up. He's a little bit ill. He has Alzheimer's, right? So
Oh
big up
no.
Tony Green, the big saxophonist. Everybody who
Amazing.
knows reggae music knows Tony Green. He's in New York at a home. It's sad.
Oh
He introduced me to Toots and the Maydos, um,
gosh.
a lot of foundation artists in Jamaica. We went to their home, sat down because of him. I can't take credit for these things. It's not like they heard my talent and told me to come. That man there
Mhm.
brought me to their home. I learned a lot of things from Toots, Freddie McGregor when he was up and going. Um, uh, who else again? Lots of foundation artists. We just traveled the whole of Jamaica. Roy in Waterhouse. Yeah, I got a chance to meet him too. So
Mhm.
it's magnificent, man. Big up to Tony Green. That's Alzheimer's. He unfortunately has that. So I'm just praying that he get better too. But that's
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
Big
That's
up to
it. So
Tony
Sly and
Green.
Robbie was introduced to. I was introduced to um, Sly and Robbie with the help of Tony Green, and the rest is history. Robbie loved. We did a few songs. Well, I'm gonna still. I still have a few
You still have
songs to.
songs to release?
Um, yeah. We did about 3 to 4 songs. So there's still that. It's amazing, man. We still have some more songs. We have a song called I Love Reggae Music, man. I can't wait to really get that to the world. We gave it to Ron Mushet. It was on his world reggae chart a few years back, but we took it off of the shelf because of some promoting strategies weren't ready at the time. So we
Mm-hmm.
took it off. So we're gonna reintroduce "I'll Be Your King" pretty soon. Not sorry, not "I'll Be Your King." I Love Reggae Music with Sly
I
and
love
Robbie,
reggae
and
music.
yeah. The fans are gonna enjoy that one. So a lot of stuff. And like I said, the time that I lapsed with a little depression there, it wasn't the depression that I wasn't active and still writing and doing studio work. So there's a lot of material Acoustic has. It's just to stay focused right now and this having the right team to put them out now and enjoy
Mm.
what comes next.
Yeah, 100%. How does it
Yeah.
feel hearing these songs that you did with two icons that are gone now? Like how does it feel knowing
Um,
that they left this
it's
gift
it's
for you really?
yeah, it's a bittersweet moment. They left me with a good material to share with the fans, but then again, they're gone. I can't really, you know, in Jamaica here, head down to this call Sly and call Tony. He has the Alzheimer's, so the team ain't really there in unity no more. So
Mhm.
it's kind of and these icons are very hard to replace. I don't see anybody I could call
Yeah.
on with that knowledge and stuff like that. So it's nice that I have a few recordings with them, but then it's sad that I can't do more. I
Mhm.
can't do more with them. They're not really around. And like I said, I
Yeah.
can't replace a Sly. You can't replace a Rafa Dean, which is my brother. You can't really replace these guys. They just had something special about them. You know.
Yeah. So true.
It's very
So
hard. I
true.
don't mean to downplay the existing
No, but
musicians,
it's
but
true. Yeah.
it
It's
is
the
what it
truth
is.
though. Yeah, it's the truth.
Yeah.
Like it can't, if somebody can't get stepped on, well, that's so it go, because it's the truth, right? So what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I see your lights are going. I guess it's getting dark out there, so I'm gonna quickly run through. Let
Not
me see.
really. Is it something on your end? You sure? Because
Yeah,
not
no,
where I'm
it's
at is
it's
not.
you. I'm bright. It's you. You're dark.
It is.
I'm bright. Big up, baby Goodaz, for my sexy light. Big up
Let's
yourself, baby
see
Goodaz.
here.
You don't know. Yeah,
Let's see.
you're dark.
All righty. Okay, maybe you're right. I thought. Okay,
Or maybe you have to.
that's a little
Yeah,
bit. Yeah,
that's
a
a
little
little bit
bit better.
better.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Um.
All
So
right.
you're building a song. What does your creative
Mm-hmm.
process look like? Like, what does it look like for you when you decide I'm going to sit down and write a song?
What does
Like,
it
do you
look like?
meditate? Like, how do you get into the zone to start writing?
Good question. Like I said, some come in like nightly visions. You're just thinking about a subject and then you dream it and then you wake up. Like I said, I draw for something electronic that I could voice the melody or lyrics might come. These things come in dreams sometime, right? And then when actually just ready to do a topic, it's just off the natural things, right? I was dating at the time of the "I'll Be Your King" situation there, and it's just lyrics that I would actually tell the person that I'm with. You know,
Oh, that's
um,
beautiful. I love
and
that.
it's hard for some people, but when you're ordained to do these things, it's a little bit easier because it's like poetry. It's almost just like poetry.
Yeah.
Me spending time with my and not hanging out on the corner with the guys and all that. You put it into a song. um,
Mm.
you know, you hiding your Facebook, your phone from your spouse because you don't want her to see
Questionable things on
you
there.
heard thing. Yeah, uh, if you find a
Mhm.
woman that makes you freely, you don't feel that insecurity, or she could pick up your phone and do anything. You put it in, that's all in your king. Everything is there. So it's romantic, and it's the truth. So
Mhm.
to me, it's just a relationship thing. The pointers that I felt that made this relationship, um, bloom, is what I put into the song.
Mhm.
Is that what I
I
put
love
into
it.
the song?
I
Yeah,
love it. I love it. I love
yeah,
it.
yeah,
You have
yeah.
to come back again. I didn't even realize we're already like an hour and a half in. You have to come back again, so we
Wow.
can continue the journey. Um, but I want to leave you with one question. Um, what does reggae mean for you? And not just the genre, but like the actual responsibility that comes with being a voice of it. What does it mean for acoustics?
Um, it means everything to me, because of how I grew up. Like I told you, we grew up rough. My friends were rough. We we um we made it through an era where we could have been a has been, or we could have we not necessarily had to be here today, right? So we
Mhm.
made it through that. So now we could give back to the youth, tell them a better way, you know. And it's reggae music. It
Mhm.
wasn't the pop side of me or the R&B side of me that made that. It was really reggae. It was really the Bob Marleys, the
Mhm.
Jacob Millers, the Burning Spears, and the Tosh that we tried to see what made these guys so good at what they did, right? So
Yeah.
we we emulated that. So that it was reggae that does this thing. The reggae is the voice of the people to express themselves.
Mhm.
um
Mhm.
that's what you can't take that away from reggae music. It's a beautiful genre that everybody
Mhm.
should respect. you know um
Mhm.
I hear a lot of things going on in social media about calypso and polka, and the whole war about what started this and that, but you can't. History
Oh,
is
I
there.
know.
um,
Yeah, they can't. They can fight. They can try all they want,
yeah,
but yeah,
you could
the
try
history
your
is there.
want, but the history is there. Like, I mean, like, even in Canada, I might not have received all my accolades, but the history is there. People who grew up with at school, people that were in the
Yeah,
dance hall at the time could say, guy, it's true.
yeah,
So the history is
yeah.
there. We don't have 20 Junos or anything like that. The history is there. So now we could we could give back to them and say, hey, we went through this. I could do a lecture easy and
Mhm.
talk about violence and whatever. And it's reggae music that gave me the tool to
Yeah,
do these things. It's reggae music that gave me
yeah.
the tool,
I
right?
love it. So
So
who knows? We
reggae
might
music
see
means
another.
it's go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead. You were saying something.
No, it's yeah, it's all due to this great music and genre called reggae. To be
Yeah,
honest, like
I love it.
it's a wonderful music with a message. Um, you
Mhm.
know, that upliftment, and I'm just involved with this great music.
Well, we're happy that you're here making it. And doing it so well. It just from beginning till now, the production. There's the light. From beginning till now, the production's just been amazing, and your voice, the consistency, and yeah, it's been amazing to listen to. I do want to say thank you, Acoustics. This conversation, you walked us through every chapter, the Andrew Ranks era, the evolution of acoustics, the walking away, the coming back, the legacy and the clarity that you're standing in now. It's beautiful talking to you. And like I said, we could go on for hours. You got to just come back again, man, because I got to do this Hill and Gully ride thing. So,
All
but
right.
before
Could
before
I
we
do
wrap
one
up,
thing?
I
Goodness, could I
yeah,
just
sure.
big up a few people? Yeah. 'Cause, throughout the
Absolutely.
interview, you can't get it right. So I want to big up Yvette Martin, right? I want to big up Bicoy. I want to big up um, Wiz Malcolm, a producer of mine, right? People in Canada know who that is. I want to big up Tower. I want to big up Jeff Wesley Studio. I want to big up these gentlemen that through my little depression, I've never knocked on their door and they shunned me. They always supported me and give me the tools that I needed to produce great music. So um, what else is there? All the fans, the fans that wake up every Saturday to put in a little message about I'll be your king. It's
Yeah.
it's just overwhelming, and respect to all of them. Because without them, through my depression of coming back to this beautiful industry, maybe I couldn't do it. Without the fans. Because a lot of emails from people to say, "Hey, we're absent from this thing. Like, what's going on?" So it's nice. I really feel respected in this industry.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. Where
Yeah,
where can the people
yeah.
find you so that they can stay connected with you? Like, how do we find you online and stuff like that?
All of my
Like, what's your social?
yeah, all of my handles start with acoustic music, right? I might add Andrew in there. So on Instagram it's the same thing. On Facebook it's the same thing. I have my TikTok page running. Um, yeah, so acoustic Andrew, and you'll find me. I have my website coming up very shortly, which I'm gonna have my line here. I don't know if you could see it. I'll have my
Yeah. Acoustics.
yep. I
Love
have
it.
Yep, I have my t-shirts in bright colors. I have my ladies clothing too, and a lot of accessories. So I'm things slowly but surely, So
Love it.
look out for acoustic because I'm still in the game and I'm still doing my thing.
Yes. And that's acoustics with the X, people. X at the end.
Yeah,
So yeah.
Akustix. Yeah.
Yeah. Acoustic. Yeah, big up yourself. Thank you for being here, sharing the music and sharing the story behind it. Big and Serious family, I want you to make sure you show them some love, lots of likes and all of those things on the live and all that. But blessings to you every time. And like I said, you got the link. So whenever you want to come back on the show, Angie, I got to drop this song or I got to drop this EP. We're looking for an EP or an album or something, you know,
Yep,
holla,
that's coming.
holla, you
That's
guys.
coming. About in September. I should be finished my EP. Yeah.
Love it. Love it. And if you're at the
All
Reggae
right.
North Music Awards this year, and you see me, I can't hide the hair. I can't hide. Come say hello. Come and say hello. And I'll
Yeah, for
be there.
sure, for sure.
I'm always there. Yeah, you're number
Yeah.
3. I'll be there. So yeah, pick up
Okay.
yourself. All
All
right.
right. All right.
Blessings.
Gooders, Angie Goodaz. And shout out to you. I've known you for a minute and I seen the and woman in power. I'm all for that. We took
Yeah.
you took baby steps and you have your thing going on, man. Keep up the good work. Keep up the good work, girl.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I know it's a lot of work, people,
Yeah.
but thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
And
You
yeah,
go, girl.
when you get music, send it to me. You don't know. You know how we do.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'll do that for sure. I'll do that for sure.
All right. So I'm going to say a little more. People, we're going to move on to Hill and Gully Ride. So big up yourself, Acoustics.
Yep, I'm gonna still stay on.
Yes, people, that was Acoustics. Um, you know, Beautiful conversation, history, and all of that. Let me give him some horns on. Oh, where's my mouse? Let me give him some horns on that. So let me just say the show's going to run a little bit longer tonight because I'm not going to not do the Hill and Gully feature on the big feature. So people, we're going to settle in. And tonight we're talking about Hill and Gully and not the TikTok version. Okay. We're talking about the real Hill and Gully. And I think I'm going to run a little bit of my Casamigos rhythm in the background because I can. So why not? Big up to Wheelie Down Productions. for my rhythm, also for my sexy Big and Serious logo that you see up there as well. And before I get into Hill and Gully, let me take a moment to say big up to Roots Rock Reggae Radio Show on CKUT 90.3 FM out of Montreal every Monday morning from 1 o'clock in the morning till 4 o'clock in the morning. And at 2 o'clock in the morning, every other week, you can hear a segment called Information for the Nation when Angie Goodaz runs into the building. So shout out to Singing P, shout out to Selector Madman, shout out to Cassette Man, Calendar Man, you done know. And before I get into Hill and Gully, I'm gonna play a jingles. So go on, talk to them, my friend.
You don't know it's a girl Miss Diva right from out of Montreal, Canada. You don't know me, I represent for Angie Goodaz. Where we say big bad and serious every Thursday. My wife, everybody log on. Miss Diva said that, right? Her diva this.
Yeah, man. All right, so it is time for the big feature. So, when we talk about Hill and Gully, and again, not the TikTok version and not the party remix, but the real cultural foundation behind it, if you think about it, it's a dance. It is actually literally a dance. And it's not just a dance. And if you think it is just a dance, you're 100% missing the point about it. So we're going to fix that tonight. So Hill and Gully is a traditional Jamaican movement pattern that comes straight out of our folk culture, right? So this is like, we're going way back. It's one of the earliest forms of coordinated group movement on the island. So long before dancehall, long before choreography even had a name, the Hill and Gully was there. That movement was down. And it's very simple. It's up, it's down, it's bend and rise. And you just do it again. Up, down, bend, rise. It's a steady, repeated motion that's done together. And it's usually done to a chant or to a drum pattern. So this isn't performance, and it's definitely like it's participation. Everybody moves, everybody joins in, and nobody stands up stiff like they're pretending that they don't dance. Everybody is doing this movement. So Hill and Gully, it actually comes out of the same cultural space that shaped so much of who we are. We're talking African retention. We're talking ring games. I'm taking you back. Work songs, community gatherings, and early Jamaican folk traditions. These were the movements and chants that taught children rhythm. It taught them timing. It taught them coordination and community long before formal music education ever existed. So this is why Jamaicans move the way that we move. It starts early. I mean, you heard Akustix talking about just being immersed in the music. So many people that I talk to from a child, the music is there. Like, that's one thing that doesn't go away. You're cleaning your house to it, all of that, As Jamaica modernized, right? So as we go through the years, Hill and Gully didn't fade out. Nah. It shifted. It showed up in festival dances. It showed up in school concerts. It showed up in community celebrations, folk performances. And then when I say folk performances, I want to say big up to Miss Lou. Thank you for the legacy you gave us. Hill and Gully showed up in the early reggae stagecraft and dance hall party movements. So by the time, and you think about dancehall, and dancehall is a fairly young genre when we're looking at the history and legacy of music that came out of Jamaica. Dancehall is a baby. Dancehall is the unruly child of reggae and ska. So by the time dancehall hit its golden era, Hill and Gully was already baked into that culture. The dip and rise motion became part of how we naturally respond to rhythm. And a lot of those dances, when people back in the day, when people were actually literally dancing to the music in the dance halls, a lot of it started out with Hill and Gully. A lot of those movements, come from Hill and Gully. So when you see a crowd rocking in unison, yeah, that's Hill and Gully in the bloodstream for sure. And it didn't survive because it was fashionable. That's the really cool thing about it. It survived because certain people across the generations have refused to let it disappear. And that's a beautiful thing. And I'm talking people like Miss Lou, who protected Jamaican folk culture when the world was telling us to abandon it. She performed it. She documented it, taught it, and made it respectable. She didn't treat folk culture like it's a side dish. She treated it like it's the main course. And without her, a lot of these traditions would have been missed as, old time business and just, yeah, man, the old people, them, that, for them thing that, no. And then let's move on to like Dr. Olive Lewin, who went into communities, sat with elders, listened, recorded, and archived the real versions of our folk songs and movement chants. And because of her, we have actual documentation of how Hill and Gully sounded and moved before modernization touched it, before AI touched it, right? When people were actually chanting and drumming and the mental drums and all of that. It's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. So her work actually led to the Jamaican folk singers who carried those traditions onto stages across the island and the diaspora. And the really cool thing is they didn't remix it. They actually preserved it. They kept the timing, the phrasing, the tone, and the discipline. The National Dance Theatre Company also played a major role. So NDTC, as they're lovingly known as, took Jamaican folk movement, including Hill and Gully, and presented it on the world stage with technique and respect. People like Rex Nettleford and Eddie Thomas didn't treat folk music as background noise. They actually studied it. They actually, codified it and elevated it. And again, it's a beautiful thing. But the truth is, the biggest culture keepers were never the famous names. Nah, they were never the famous people, man. They were the community elders, the school teachers, the festival instructors, the church ladies, the youth club leaders, the people who taught children how to move together, how to keep time, and how to participate. They're the ones who said, nah, that's not the right rhythm. Do it again. Do it again. You have to do it again. Way I do. You're not listening good. Do it again. And today, modern dancers and choreographers keep Hill and Gully relevant by blending it into contemporary movements. I'm trying to think of like different movements, but like the wacky dip, all of that. Big up Bogle. They didn't erase the tradition. They actually carried it forward. And all of these people, the scholars, the performers, the elders, the dancers, they're the reason why Hill and Gully is still here. And it's just not being nostalgia. It's not just a trend, but it's a living part of Jamaican identity. So Hill and Gully matters because it teaches timing, right? And I mean, people, I want you, especially those, we listen to the rhythms and the new Hill and Gully rhythm that's out, and we're going to get into that later on. But I implore you to research, go back in time and just check it out. Check out the original Hill and Gully movements and stuff. Hill and Gully actually teaches timing. It actually teaches coordination, community, discipline, and cultural memory. And it's one of the earliest ways Jamaican children learn how to move together. It shows that we learn to, it's how we learn to read rhythm and respond to rhythm and trust rhythm. And this is why Jamaicans can walk into any party anywhere in the world and fall into sync without even talking, because Hill and Gully is the foundation of it. And it's a little mischievous, for you it's mischievous, yeah, man. Some of you only know Hill and Gully from social media, and it shows. But some of you some of you are dipping your knees like you're filing HR complaints, and some of you are moving like the rhythm owes you money. But there's more to it. We're gonna fix it. We're giving you the history and the context and the music so that you can stop embarrassing your ancestors. Because there's so much more to Hill and Gully than a rhythm. There's so much more, and I implore you to learn about it. It's really cool that Hill and Gully is actually having a movement again. It's having a moment, and it's because younger artists are referencing it. Producers are reviving the rhythm. Dancers are bringing it back. and the diaspora is reconnecting with folk culture. And that's a beautiful thing. And this is the key. Again, Hill and Gully is not a trend, it's a tradition. And traditions don't expire. Mm-mm. Traditions definitely don't expire. They evolve, they move, and they shift, and they modernize, and they keep going. So, we're not just playing songs as we move into the vinyl ritual. We're not just bussing a wine when we're playing the music. We're educating the massive. We're reminding people that Jamaican culture is deep, it's layered, and it's intentional. And Hill and Gully is not old-time people's business. It's our business. It's the reason why we move the way that we move. And so we're going to celebrate it properly. And I do want to say Hill and Gully has a bit of cheekiness in there. So, some of the songs that are out now, maybe they might go a little bit too far or whatever, but there is cheekiness in the history of Hill and Gully. And like I said, we're gonna explore it. So people, that was the big feature. And as we move into my favorite part of the show, we get into the vinyl ritual. But before we do that, Hill and Gully is the real story. It's the real roots, the real people who kept it alive. And it's not the watered down version. And it's definitely not the social media remix. It's the actual culture. It is an actual culture. And now that we've grounded ourselves in the history of it and the discipline of it, and, we bigged up the people who have protected this tradition, I think it's time for us to feel it a little bit. Because Hill and Gully was never meant to stay in a textbook or in a museum. It was actually meant to move. It was meant to live in the body. It was meant to show up in the music. And we're taking everything that we just talked about, the roots, the rhythm, the community, the cheekiness, and we're stepping straight into the vital ritual. And this is where education meets enjoyment. This is where the culture meets the sound system. And this is where the tradition shows you it's still alive, it's still kicking. So fix your posture, loosen your shoulders, and get ready, because the vinyl ritual, it actually starts now. So, culture lessons done, grounding's done, history moment done. Now it's time to feel everything that we just talked about. Welcome. I'm geeking because the music is why Angie Goodaz is here. You know that. The music is why you know this lady here as Angie Goodaz. Welcome to the Vinyl Ritual. This is the part of the show where we slow down. Maybe. Sometimes we speed it up. We lock in and we let the music do the talking. So you don't have to listen to the Goodaz the whole time. So there's no rush. Like I said, we're going to take it nice and slow. There's no noise. There's just intention, rhythm, and a little mischief on top. And tonight's ritual is built around Hill and Gully, the movement, the energy, the discipline, the playfulness. Every track in here connects to that dip and rice feeling in its own way. And some are direct, some are cousins, because, we got some cousins. We got, what up, cuz? We got some cousins we have to see. And, some are just carrying the same spirit. So I want you to take a deep breath and suckle your shoulder them, because the needle is dropping on the vinyl right now. And we're going to get into it.
Well, me I'll dedicate this one to the bike massive, like the man called Rano Trader.
Actually, you know what? I can't do it like that. Good as, oh yeah, the man. Oh yeah, the man. Oh man. Let me do this properly. This is the one track that walks into the room before you do. Yellow Man took the tradition, stretched it, teased it, and made it swagger. And this, why many about would have to be so loud? This is the Hill and Gully that raises one eyebrow at you like, you're ready or you're just pretending. This is Yellow Man, Hill and Gully Rider. Yeah, yeah.
Well, me I dedicate one to the bike massive, like the man called Rano Trade, along with the man called Ringo, Welton Fenton, as one wheel. And me I dedicate this one to the man called Tayan, sing from the bike posse. Bike posse, you ready? Lord, hear me now, Jet. Hey, Ilangoli ride and Ilangoli, Ilangoli ride and Ilangoli. Stand up, Ilangoli ride and Ilangoli. Sit down, Ilangoli ride and Ilangoli. You depend me, me not just Ilangoli. You ride down the lane, not just Ilangoli. If you depend the highway, Ilangoli. Me say Ilangoli ride and Ilangoli. Stand up, Ilangoli ride and Ilangoli. Sit down, Ilangoli ride and Ilangoli. Keep a dance with cases on the place, Westmoreland. Me and me brethren when me and Fenton, long with Rano Jed and Storage. Go and dance, take the mic and talk. Sight them and them come on pon them half. Them not back, them not show off. If you're riding fast, you're bound to chop off. But Ilangoli ride and Ilangoli. Stand up, Ilangoli ride and Ilangoli. Sit down, Ilangoli ride and Ilangoli. If you go round the corner, Ilangoli. Drive on the main, just Ilangoli. Down the lane, just Ilangoli. Me say Ilangoli ride and Ilangoli. Samakan, Tayan, Fenton, Winton, Ringo, Jojo, Lord. Say Ilangoli ride and Ilangoli. Ilangoli ride and Ilangoli. Stand up, Ilangoli ride and Ilangoli. Sit down, Ilangoli ride and Ilangoli. Me and me brethren on the bike map. In the front, yellow dip on the back. Beside two police, put up them hand for stop. Me never know say a bad boy that. They take off my brethren and shot him 2 bucks. Gun in his pocket and take out the cash. Liquor after that then lick 2 shots. When it hot, jam and it just hot. Gunshot we fling you down a dove cut. So what? Ilangoli ride and Ilangoli. Stand up, Ilangoli ride and Ilangoli. Sit down, Ilangoli ride and Ilangoli. If you gone from the main, Ilangoli. If you gone down the lane, Ilangoli. If you gone up ferry, Ilangoli. Me say Ilangoli ride and Ilangoli. Stand up, Ilangoli ride and Ilangoli. We got Fenton, Jailman, Sakan, Jojo, Ringo, Rajed. You real
This is the soil, the clap and pan energy, the kind of rhythm that makes even the highest person step forward. Hill Gully, it is pure sport, and and this is the Folks Brothers, Hill Gully Ride.
Ilangoli ride, oh, Ilangoli ride, oh, so careful how you go. Mind your bucket too. Bend down low. Don't sky Lord. Back to back. Belly to belly. Feel up, feel up. Feel up, feel up. Ilangoli ride, oh. Ilangoli ride, oh. Ilangoli ride, oh. Ilangoli ride, oh. So careful how you go. Mind your bucket too. Bend down low. Lord. Ilang Gully, back to back. Ilang Gully, belly to belly. Ilang Gully, feel up, feel up. Ilang Gully, feel up, feel up. Ilang Gully, Ilang Gully ride oh. Ilang Gully, Ilang Gully ride oh. Ilang Gully.
Slide into the mental good because it carries culture to streets. All right, so this one feels like veranda breeze and old time storytelling. It's a little wink, it's a little tease, it's a little come here, let me show you something. Hill Gully with manners and mischief. This is Lord Composer, Hill Gully Ride. Yeah, man, let's get it.
Ilang Gully ride oh, Ilang Gully ride oh. I beg you bend down low down, and then you dance right round him. And if you broke your neck, you gonna hell. Ilang Gully ride oh, Ilang Gully ride oh, Ilang Gully ride oh. And then you bend down low down, and then you dance right round him. And then you bend down low down, and then you dance right round him. And then you dance right down, and then you bend down low, and then you ride seesaw so. And if you broke your neck, you gonna hell. Ilang Gully ride on, Ilang Gully ride on. And me say bend down low, and then you dance right down, and then you bend down low, and then you dance right down. Yalam boy, brother man the mill road. Yalam boy, pick up rock back stone. Yalam boy, rock them one by one. Yalam boy, rock them two by two. Yalam boy, rock them three by three. Yalam boy, rock them four by four. Yalam boy, what Mr. Hard here? Yalam boy, rock them one by one. Yalam boy, rock them two by two. Yalam boy, rock them three by three. Yalam boy, rock them four by four. Yalam boy.
So now that's all right. So now that we have honored the roots, we gotta step into the modern swings. Don't underestimate the Goodaz, because there's always something in my back pocket. So Busy gives it that clean, crisp 2026 snap. It's still Hill Gully, but with fresh edges and a little badness. And this is the one that makes you move without asking for permission. So we're going to get into it. This is Busy Signal, Hill Gully Ride. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. Bubble for me cause I'm me and your dad. Down inna the valley, yes I'm me and your dad. Back it up inna the tree cause I'm me and your dad. Me and your girl, me Hill Gully ride oh. Hill Gully ride oh. And then you bend down low and Hill Gully. Girl print it slow and Hill Gully. And give me Hill Gully ride oh. Give me a Hill Gully ride oh. And then you stoop down low and Hill Gully. And then you print it slow and Hill Gully. Turn to the pan, sit no go and bubble so you tan. Clean for your band. girl, you a name brand. A girl a chew a word, but you no give a damn. To your at you must check, say you can man. No, you fi want take me money, I no want take nobody, girl. No Sankey, no sing so. Promise me fi run it, I know you no want Tony, girl. No Sankey, no. And give me long only ride Ilang only ride and then you bend down low and the long body. Girl, quint it slow and the long body. And give me long only ride give me a long only ride down low and the long body. And then you quint it slow and the long body. Your position for the style, yeah, you know you love it. You brace for the wine and you know if you rub it. You a wind up your waist and a mash up the place. To the drum and the bass, girl, you know if you dub it. Right through the rocky road. Well, my name the girl them calling. No matter the weather, whether hot or cold, still my name the girl them. Give me long only ride the long only ride and then you bend down low and the long body. Girl, quint it slow and the long body. And give me long only ride give me a long only ride and then you stoop down low and the long body. And then you quint it slow and the long body. Tan to the one, the sit no go and bubble so you tan. Clean for your band, girl, you a name brand. A girl a chew a word, but you no give a damn. To your at you must check, so you can man. No if you want take me money, I no want take nobody, girl. No Sankey, no sing so. Promise me fi run it, I know you no want Tony, girl. No Sankey, no. And give me long only ride long only ride and then you bend down low and the long body. Girl, quint it slow and the long body. And give me long only ride give me a long only ride and then you stoop down low and the long body. And then you quint it slow and
So, you know what?
Why she just
Hold
miserable
on there.
so.
Wait, no. You're doing it wrong. No. You're doing it wrong. Hold on there. Let's try this again. All right. So while we're waiting for it to load, you know, when we're talking about energy and pure energy, Ellie busts through the Hill Gully wide open. He busts it wide open. And the genius laces it with that 2026 voltage. So this is the part where, you know, waistline is going to stop behaving. I know mine was like, it was tittering on behaving itself and going like a bad, like good as gone bad no. So this is Elephant Man with the genius. Hold him, gal. Hill Gully Rhythm 2026. Let's go.
Why she just miserable so. Yeah man, you gotta reach your party next.
Well, I'm a face.
Wait, why
I
is it
can't deal
gonna-
with this
Hey,
now.
you
Can't
gonna
deal
cut
with
the
this.
babes, you and your
Can't
friend
deal
them
with
go
this,
drive the
man.
Benz and run it in a wall. So you have to
I
work
can't
with
deal with this. I'm take long for reach.
No
Come
man,
face a sweat.
I too bingo kinda tired and
Come on.
boy. Babes,
Yo.
come bingo,
Sure.
come bingo, come.
I'm gonna take long for my reach too.
Come, no, I too hungry man. Yo, that bad. Yo, find it, G. That bad.
How up she ready for it? How up she ready for it? How up she ready for it? Other wine the hold the man. Drop me shovel and fork, bucket and straw at Pokemon walk. The man wife next door pass in a shots and the cock start to a one she pass. Hold him, girl, no let him go. Wind up your body pan him, do it fast and slow. Hold him, girl, no let him go. Move up your legs, them girl a feed me a soul. Girl, drop it pan him harder. Hold him, girl, can you do it a little faster? Hold him, girl, drop it pan the matter. Hold him, girl, can't escape the torture. Hold him, girl, so she give me a call, say she gone pan the farm. So me drop in me fork, we go plant piece of can. Pull up with the scarecrow, sound the alarm. She tear off her clothes at the drought, she a van and say, me know she wet like a storm. Say she nervous and a fall for me charm. She come in at the truck for me water the soil, then me press pan the hand, papa. Hold him, girl, no let him go. Wind up your body pan him, do it fast and slow. Hold him, girl, no let him go. Move up your legs, them girl a feed me a soul. Girl, drop it pan him harder. Hold him, girl, can you do it a little faster? Hold him, girl, drop it pan the matter. Hold him, girl, can't escape the torture. Hold him, girl, so me hold her so, now let her go. She a try get wet, me say where ya go. So me dig in her side. style and me fertilize to a couple songs from 1935. Me have a banana, so go for yam, ya go for the bucket and park. Lift up your body, rev it and slam it and park. Use for me machete fi go put your yam stock. Say she like the long stick, no hold him, girl, no let him go. Wind up your body, pan him, do it fast and slow. Hold him, girl, no let him go. Move up your legs, them girl, I feed me a soul. Girl, drop it, pan him harder. Hold him, girl, can you do it a little faster? Hold him, girl, drop it, pan the matter. Hold him, girl, can't escape the torture. Hold him, girl. Girl, then your back, Lego frog, see the last, and then your chop body wet. She a sweat through the sunny weather. She go for the boots, them and never that me send your back. Sap up on her body, watch your shape when me send your back. Same time, couple gyal a march and I said them want touch a farmer on the barnyard. All past her daughter, say she want swallow little yam and banana and yam cassava. Hold him, gyal, no let him go. Wind up your body pan him, breathe fast and slow. Hold him, gyal, no let him go. Move up your legs, them gyal a feed me a soul. Gyal, drop it pan him harder.
Alright, so I hope you're not resting because we'll get to temple, alright? The rhythm is rhythm. Family is deep, so we're gonna get into Chris Thomas, the CEO on the Hill Gully Rhythm. Let's go.
Oh, you mean baddest a road, how you feel? Bad mind I kill them a real. Girl, you look good, you look fine. You mean why die? You up in a me head space right now. Serious, you know something now, girl. With you know me not argue. You up in a me head like a hill and gully. You up in a me head like a hill and gully. You up in a me head like a hill and gully. Yo, now watch this. None of them gal them bad like you. Make them go and call you no frighten. Now take a girl man you no hear me. I call up her name, tell her shame by you. You have the wickedest wine. You have the baddest style. You drive the man them wild. You drive the man them wild. You up in my head space right now. Serious, you know something now, girl. With you know me not argue. You up in my head like a hill and gully. You up in my head like a hill and gully. You up in my head like a hill and gully. Catch this style, don't just while, don't be wild. We are build our vibe, hear my voice, yeah. Girl, you're on fire, yeah, my heart's desire, let me take you high, let me take you high. You up in my head space right now. Serious, you know something now, girl. With you know me not argue. You up in my head like a hill and gully. You up in my head like a hill and gully. You up in my head like a hill and gully. You up in my head.
All right, as we move, because so we're there late, right? As we move, so we're gonna get into Massacre again on the Genius Hill and Gully Rhythm. Massacre, he glides on this rhythm like he was born in the gully, smooth and sly and a little bit dangerous. And this is the song that sneaks up on you because you really don't expect it, but it's here. Let's go.
I saw she slip, I saw she slide, oh. I make her push it inside, oh. Hey, what a girl can ride, oh. Hey, what a girl can ride. I saw she slip, I saw she slide, oh. I make me push it inside, oh. Want no wicked rider, want no wicked rider. I saw she slip, I saw she slide, oh. I make me push it inside, oh. Want no wicked rider, want no wicked rider. Money nothing on me, girl, me a provider. Buy your deal and buy the designer. Your waist just a tick like a timer. Brace pan the stick, watch your style, yeah. I regular me tell you say you go online, yeah. And when you dead, you bring it come me phone line, yeah. Girl, you blessed with the good I know. When you cock it up high, then you wind low. I saw she slip, I saw she slide, yeah. I make me push it inside, yeah. What a girl can ride, oh. What a girl can ride, oh. I saw she slip, I saw she slide, oh. I make me push it inside, oh. What a girl can ride, oh. What a girl can ride, oh. She spread it out and she tick and she talk. You want the grip, girl, me call you back. shift your jaws and sip on my cup. Yeah, my God, till your ball fi stop. Girl, you wet up the place, beg you pass the map. Take your space, now no girl can't do that. When you catch on, you rap on the top and a drop. Good all, long time you hot and no flap. Alright, I saw she slip, I saw she slide on. I make me push it inside, yo. What a girl can ride on. What a girl can ride on. I saw she slip, I saw she slide on. I make me push it inside, yo. What a girl can ride on. What a girl can ride on. I saw she slip, I saw she slide on. I make me push it inside, yo.
Alright, we're gonna do yeah, we're gonna let him go.
Good down on Manuel Road. She willing for broke rock stone. But if I can you make that roll? I dance all make me feel up that only one man. She no need option. Position who she fling it up on. Sit down, she a char back. She bang, she want her fuck. We are it rough, not tender touch. She want good fuck, that turn her and I bet you say you bad. I bet you say you bad murder. I make me deal with your body like a surgeon. I bet you say you bad. I bet you say you bad murder. A 2 round and me have to go to 3rd one. Can I get you in some trouble? What can make you bubble? Let me lift you like a shovel. After fucking we can cuddle.
Alright.
Waka, pumpkin belly. Take off your jaws.
You know,
yeah, me buy any type of brand. You good and it and never second hand. The ganja slam. Because me want you wine, me girl. Me want you twerk, waistline full of oil, me girl. No want no service, papi liquor car come me up. Girl, you know me dogs, out on the churches. Girl, now girl you better than though. You bend your back like it girl matter. Oh, tie you out just to show you what the money can do. Just to show you what the money can do. Good on my girl, me want you sit and catch. Anything me buy you slippers bag. Dunk, energy from cash. And you know live by man. Yeah, so baby girl just call me. I got money in you. And yeah, me know you want to stop it talking. I straight from morning brawling. Me want you wine me girl, me want you twerk waistline full of oil me girl. No want no service, papi liquor car come me up in there. Girl you know me dogs, and I church this. Yeah, now girl you better than no. You bend your back like it girl matter. Oh, tie you out just to show you what the money can do. Yeah, go down and wine, sit and catch anything, slippers back, down in her. Chief and cash, yeah. So baby girl just call me. I got money now you, money on you. Yeah, me know you want to stop it talking. I straight from morning brawling. Me want you wine me girl, me want you twerk waistline full of oil me girl. No want no service, papi liquor car come me up in there. Girl you know me dogs, and I church this. Girl, now girl you better than no. You bend your back like it girl matter. Oh, tie you out just.
this is Itsy Bitsy. Really rhythm. Let's go.
Grip it and make body chip that a you. Pump my squeeze pan the tip that a glue. Near the string cut and could do all up in you. I want me want you for do. Grab up a Itsy Bitsy, grip it from your man now straight. And a rum man, she want some fun. Me love the way you cock it up in the shots run. Boom boom fight like the jazz pump up. Me have to rub it on the edge and on the corner. Cause every time me get the pussy like you warmer. Love when you sit down on it, you look a bend down there. Some girl won't look but them still can't fuck. And a bit, so she feel when she can't bother pack a key. Girl a tip on the body, broke it, left it up a chip. Why the good pussy girl them ever cock a tip. One leg like
I gotta stop it. Okay, we're gonna keep it moving. All right, so now as we move, because, and this is, all right, let me not say that thought, but because we're talking about the culture and everything, that was like way modern. Hill Gully, we kind of went down the path. And of course, dance hall, you're gonna go down the path, people. I don't know what to tell you. You're gonna go down the path. But the next track that I'm going to play, this is cultural royalty. It's a work song. It's a mental heartbeat, and it's a call and response that every Jamaican child knows before they know their times table. It's playful, it's proud, it's important, and it carries the sweetest mischief of people who know how to turn hard work into harmony. And it's not a Hill Gully. Okay, don't get it twisted, and don't be like, Goodaz, you're wrong. I know there are people out there that will be like, who are very well educated in the music, and they will say, Goodaz, you're wrong. So let me just say, I know this is not Hill Gully, all right, but it's Hill Gully's cousin. It's definitely a part of the family. It's definitely the same roots. It's definitely the same rhythm, and it's definitely the same grin. And I want to play it, so we're gonna go with it. Harry Belafonte, Deo, Banana Boat Song. Let's go. So rest in peace, Mr. Harry Belafonte. You done know. And again, it wasn't Hill Gully, but it was Hill Gully's cousin. So I have to run it. So now that we've honored the ancestors and the melody of the mischief and the calling, the chant and calling and thing, let's get back into some modern day tiefin and gal things and feelings, and take a man gal and all them thing there. We're gonna run into it. He was here last week. And we ran it last week. We didn't do it justice because we didn't have the volume up on the sound. But now that the sound has been restrung and refixed, we're going to run it properly. This is Gyalteef Planky Dan on the Hill Gully rhythm. Let's go.
Girl, them a tell me a cheater. Every day them cause me a cheater. Planky, you a cheater. Y'all them a hook me up, y'all them a love me up. Some boy bad mind me true, they girl a love me up. Because y'all a call me up, and I shut them on me up. The girl them a me loving cause it's sweet like syrup. Every girl a for me, every girl a for me. Every girl a for me, every girl a for me. Every girl a for me, every girl a for me. Every girl a for me, every girl a for me. Zaga, nothing for you, me say y'all for me. Nothing for you, me say y'all for me. Every girl a for me, every girl a for me. Every girl a for me, every girl a for me. Anyway me go, me have to get a gal. Like so you know me have to be a gal. No come a date me with you pill a gal. Me take with Marshall Cartel and kill a gal. From up to Shaggy Sean Paul and chill a gal. Take with Popsy Wayne and all me a gal. To tea that man them me right a will a gal. Me yard want a gate so me have to grill a gal. Every gal a for me, every gal a for me. Every gal a for me, every gal a for me. Every gal a for me, every gal a for me. Every gal a for me, every gal a for me. Zaga, nothing for you me say y'all for me. Nothing for you me say y'all for me. Every gal a for me, every gal a for me. Every gal a for me, every gal a for me. Young, love tell man say them can't. She no growing on my face, me get any gal me want me grandma. Say me get it for me grandpa. Touch me rich hair and she have large charge. Hey, that kingdom look how the damn gal brown. I hate guests so anytime me in town. Me no clown, Foxy I ring off me phone. I plan me give to gal, I make them all, I make them on. Every gal a for me, every gal a for me. Every gal a for me, every gal a for me. Every gal a for me, every gal a for me. Every gal a for me, every gal a for me. Saga, nothing for you me say y'all for me. Nothing for you me say y'all for me. Every gal a for me, every gal a for me. Every gal a for me, every gal a for me. I'm a spray with a wolf and a gal. Jumbo jet airport, so me land a gal. Me have start to winter and summer gal. Me have touch escalator, oh my gal. You say she a put a job close like he bun a gal. Me have gymnastic football a run a gal. You know Jim Carrey, you know dumb a gal. You know fraud, you a box. Every gal a for me.
All right, so I don't know if I don't know if every gal a fit planky, but me know I see that one, yeah. A fit planky. This is Jockey by Empress Lele, and Empress Lele, big up yourself. Happy birthday. Happy Earth Strong Empress. You don't know Taurus Gang. Yeah. Let's show them how the Taurines do it on the Hill Gully rhythm. And if you thought I was only gonna play the men on the rhythm, you're crazy.
Hey, all you, I want to see bouncy room when I drop a one, yeah. The genius. Them never know say she's so bad, but the melody is all she had. Yeah, the girl with a Vinci swag. Them not ready for the Hill Gully, she master that. Watch while I ride it like a Kawasaki. happy I live. I'm in half wear makeup, move and go. I may eat good food like every day. Can't defend myself, go and ask for me. Now I mix up with John Crow, don't blame me. Them out of breath and can't keep up, run out of stamina. They never know the work put in behind the camera.
I have to play it again. What do you mean?
Hey, Alia, I want to see bouncy roll when I drop a one, yeah. The genius. Them never know say she's so bad, but the melody is all she had. Yeah, the girl with a Vinci swag. Them not ready for the Hill Gully, she master that. Watch while I ride it like a Kawasaki. Them want to catch up, but them cannot see me. Over the hills and gully, does I feel it? Who want vex that shit stress me? Happy I live. I'm in half wear makeup, move and go. I may eat good food like every day. Can't defend myself, go and ask for me. Now I mix up with John Crow, don't blame me. Them out of breath and can't keep up, run out of stamina. They never know the work put in behind the camera. Follow back and no, never, I'm a warrior. I am the message and the sender and the carrier. Watch while I ride it like a Kawasaki. Them want to catch up, but them cannot see me. Over the hills and gully, does I feel it? Who want vex that shit stress me? Happy I live. I want a Hill Gully ride, oh. Want me catch you one side, oh. Hill Gully, I'm a bubble in a time, oh. Hill Gully, body roll like thunder. That them say, dance floor tear asunder. Mind your step, and you walk with your vex money. That you rep, and you're ready when you're ready. Cause you not feel it, now don't feel soon nobody. Your mind make. Watch while I ride it like a Kawasaki. Them want to catch up, but them cannot see me. Over the hills and gully, does I feel it? Who want vex that shit stress me? Happy I live. I want a Hill Gully ride, oh. Hill Gully, want me catch you one side, oh. Hill Gully, I'm a bubble in a time, oh. Hill Gully, body roll like thunder. That them say, dance floor tear asunder. Mind yourself, and you walk with.
Let's go.
Give girl money, man figure girl money. My name no save as smoking and no boy phone. My contact name give her money and leave her alone. Man figure girl money, we want black and cement and make girl money. You better pay your pussy pension. Make girl money, you call me when you're handy. No afraid for running money for me. Make girl money, mommy wash, cook and clean for you. Make girl money, if you mean to me, I mean to you. Make girl money, you call me when you're handy. No afraid for running money for me. The Bible say that a man
Again, we have to run it again.
give girl money, man figure girl money. My name no save as smoking and no boy phone. My contact name give her money and leave her alone. Man figure girl money, we want black and cement and make girl money. You better pay your pussy pension. Make girl money, you call me when you're handy. No afraid for running money for me. Make girl money, mommy wash, cook and clean for you. Make girl money, if you mean to me, I mean to you. Make girl money, you call me when you're handy. No afraid for running money for me. The Bible say that a man fi provide, so why when the money come in you want hide. You want live in between, maintenance not cheap. If you pay for the weave, you a pop off the night. Money fi running on me hand, me no supposed to ask you for your band. No sir, if you say you want my man, you want to give me 25 before you give me 31. Man figure girl money, we want black and cement and make girl money. You better pay your pussy pension. Make girl money, you call me when you're handy. No afraid for running money for me. Make girl money, mommy wash, cook and clean for you. Make girl money, if you mean to me, I mean to you. Make girl money, you call me when you're handy. No afraid for running money for me. As you see me give me money, don't be stingy with the dough. Can't they count ears, I'm not known for show. Them not like this, y'all give them something fit talk. If your money now run me a walk. Cause some man mean and them no stop, look woman, you want go pan date and can't pay the tab make you do it. Buy all 50 grand back and give your friend car, can't dig out me self for free. Girl money, we want black and cement and make girl money. You better pay your pussy pension. Make girl money, you call me when you're handy. No afraid for running money for me. Make girl money, mommy wash,
cook and clean for you. Hey girl money, if you mean to me, I mean to you. Hey girl money, you call me when you're on there. No fear if you run your money palm. Hey girl money, me want black and cement. Hey girl money, you better pay your pussy pension. Hey girl money, you call me when you're on there. Hey girl money, no fear if you run your money palm. Hey girl money,
we're gonna play.
Can I get some money, daddy?
Ulele, ulele, ulele. You not take me fi clave. No, you not take advantage of me. One money I fi run the One money, listen, it's not that I'm frugal. Me just spend with sense. Every dollar leave me and with intent to how we operate with self-interest. So don't come to me with your bag of nonsense. Listen, remember nothing in a life, don't fret. You have to give in order to receive. So give me the key if you want me money. Give me the sitting if you. Me money come with strings attached. Work without pay, a girl, me cannot. If you want bricks like Cinder Black, feel live a rich life you see on Instagram. Give it up, girl, you know have to think a lot. Me we finance your trip to Switzerland, but it a come at the cost of a rich backers. If you no plan, feel it off. Hurry up and get ready like Sister Pat to go. Remember nothing in a life, don't fret. You have to give in order to receive. So give me the nookie if you want me money. Give me the sitting if you want me money. Oh, you not trick me like an Nancy. Me run funds, you drop the panty. Girl, give me the nookie if you want me money. Give me the sitting if you want me money. Oh, you want me greens, I know want me banana. Try take somebody else fi clown. Value me like how you value me dollar. Do something for the US, the pound. Me work fi my new band with where you offer. Me not spend till me left without. If I want thing me learn from me father. Moving a girl house you get kick out. Remember nothing in a life, don't fret. You have to give in order to receive. So give me the nookie if you want me money. Give me the sitting if you want me money. Oh, you not trick me like a Nancy. Me run funds, you drop the panty. Girl, give me the nookie if you want me money. Give me the sitting if you want me money. Oh, remember nothing in a life, don't fret. You have to give in order to receive. So give me the nookie if you want me money. Give me the sitting if you want me money. Oh, you not trick me like a Nancy. Me run funds, you drop the panty. Girl, give me the nookie if you want me money. Give me the sitting if you want me money. Oh, give me the sitting if you want me money.
All right. So that concludes the vinyl ritual. You know what? I slayed that. You know I slayed that. I slayed that. Yeah, I did. So we honored Hill and Gully rhythm, the Hill and Gully culture, got into like the beginnings of the origins of it, and took it all the way to the slack side of it. And we finished off with the money argument side of it. So big up to, the genius for bringing back the conversation around Hill and Gully. Now, we get into the closing of the Big and Serious podcast. This is the heartbeat. This is where we breathe, we settle, and we let the rhythm wash over everything clean. Hill, gully, rise, dip, and done. So take a deep breath with me as we let, the signature closer, the Stagalag rhythm, wash over you. Let's go. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Thank you for being here with me tonight. As we carry it through, we talk about culture and cultural vibe, how we can combine the talking about it, embracing it, living it. Extra shout out to Akustix for spending time with me and with carrying us through a little bit of trouble. You don't know. Make sure you follow him on platform. And this rhythm is curated by dynamic duo Sly and Robbie, who actually produce I'll Be Your King tonight. Everybody for being here. You don't know. I love you. I appreciate you. Yeah. As I said, to walk them out the room. Instagram for yourself. To go more. Yeah. We walk over to TikTok. For yourself. To go more. And for you to also take the YouTube, where the Big Experience podcast lives. If you missed the show, you always catch the replay on the live tab. Look out for all of the shorts and the reels. Let's go drop your reels this week. I apologize, I had a busy week. You don't know how it go. I got more than one thing. Yeah, I had the wickedest birthday, so I want to say big up to everybody who reached out, celebrated, tried to run me over with their car. Yeah. Anyway, Likkle